just gonna
Mag-start
outbrag.
na rin ako, sir.
Rush is gonna go crazy. Look at this Haven and Ascent. This guy's gonna be a Sova merchant today.
It's true.
He could. He actually could.
I gotta say, I'm surprised by this Ascent pick. We've seen Team Secret ban out Ascent all 4 previous weeks, so it's really strange to see them kind of go for this map now. I mean, why are they showing this now? It's like, what do you have prepared?
I think they want to show they can defeat RRQ's Ascent.
I mean,
Hello,
RRQ's
hello,
Ascent
hello,
is
hello.
So good.
It's so good.
We spoke about this.
They're not the only team. There's plenty of teams that played Ascent in the off-season quite a lot and then didn't bring it into this stage. I was very confused.
Hello. Mic test,
A lot of teams that have
boys.
been historically very strong on this map. So, look, I think, why not? If you're eliminated from playoffs, let's try to mix some map pools in, try something a little bit out there. But again, I agree with you guys. Against RRQ, that might be a bit of a head scratcher. They might have one of the better Ascents right now, and you even heard it from Six Fingers in the coach interview. That he's like, "Hey man, your Ascent was looking pretty nice. We might give that Yoru a go."
Yeah, and he did. Well, Haven is going to be the first destination here. Secret in the past has been pretty good on Haven. Well, things have changed. Things have changed here in Stage 1, the 2025 version of Secret. And you know what? We're talking about championship points. This is not something to be frivolous about. You pointed out earlier, Pilsky, last time that there was...
Easy lang natin, boys.
Yeah.
And Team Secret was the one who could not get the 1 point, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
that's maybe not something that they want to, unfortunately, be experiencing again. You can see they've been shifting
Mic
around
test,
comp a
boys,
little bit
mic
on
test,
this
mic
map,
test.
a couple of times, but most recently played a very, very standard comp that I feel like people are moving away from in
Mic
this
test.
region, but in other regions I'm seeing teams go like, yeah, what's wrong with the meta comp? This is still really damn good.
And I mean, this was more or less what they used to play back in the day when they were very good on this map. I didn't mind them kind of take things in a more
Ayusin ko lang
simple,
yung
Sofa
din.
Breach direction. I feel like it fits them nicely.
Yan.
They understand
Inayos
the
ko
map
lang
better,
yung
so I don't mind them doing it. But
camera
you just have to
natin,
be able
boys.
to adapt to this new meta if that's what you want to play, because we're seeing more and more of this double duelist that, you know, was not a thing back then with this kind of ISO with Yoru. So if they're gonna run it again, I need to see why.
Let's put all up our predictions. I think you guys made a sensible choice here.
Ayan,
I know
shoutout,
Mika's
support.
gone for Secret for...
Ang Team Secret, okay, kalaban nila ngayon is yung RRQ.
I was paid to pick Secret.
Wow,
I was paid to pick Secret.
that's the first time I've heard you be honest about something.
Just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. But
We need
that
to win
said,
this one, guys. We need
today's
to
a
win
little bit
this one.
crazy. Secret
Okay.
has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And when you have
We need to win
nothing
this
lose,
one na.
people start popping off. So who knows with this
Teka,
matchup,
para mas
RRQ
maganda yung view
against
natin.
Team
Wait lang.
Secret, I'm a
Para
little
mas
excited
maganda
about
yung
this.
view
I'm
natin.
expecting something a little bit crazy to be happening on our very first map.
Ayan, okay. Kamusta na lang, guys? Hashtag Team Secret tayo. Supportahan natin ang ating pinakagwapo, mga nagwagwapong team dito, no? Kasi kailangan natin manalo. Okay? Kailangan natin umisa. Magsasoutout ako, share nyo yung live natin. Share nyo muna yung live natin. Share nyo yung live natin, boys. Puta, nakakalimutan ko yung page ko. Pogi mo, bro. Siyempre, kasi pag Team Secret, pogi lahat, saka magaganda. Ikaw naman. Kaya guys, supportahan natin yung Team Secret ngayon dahil this is, last match nila, tama sa stage 1. So, kahit paano guys, manalo tayo. Kaya supportahan nyo. Eto na, game na. Share the live, boss. Mga boss, share the live, mga boss.
Team RRQ.
Share the live, mga bro.
This is the time for Indonesia. RRQ, top of their group. Omega here is looking more fire than ever. Crazy Guy, the IGL has provided much needed structure and calling for this very wild squad.
Alam ko sa
RRQ is
RRQ,
one of
guys,
the
di ba
teams
sa
that have
ibang
been
team
spoken
na
about for
RRQ,
years.
Indonesia sila.
Almost good enough.
Tama ba?
Almost there. Almost has been the key word for these guys, and now
Ayoko
they're
naman.
finally topping the group. We know that they get that first round bye. We know that they are one win away from Toronto, but it's about carrying momentum. It's about finishing this group stage strong for them, and then giving it everything they've got.
Team Secret.
And on the opposing side, we have Team Secret, this well-known team from the Philippines. This is the lowest we've ever seen them in Pacific. They have so much experience on their squad, especially leading the fray here. Jesse Bash not doing the primary calls anymore, but still, they are figuring out a lot of things here, this Team Secret.
Yeah, haven't had too much success on the opening map of this series, but they usually do pretty well on the first map of a series and come out of the gates firing very strong. I expect Jesse Vash to be in fine form if you're playing Haven Ascent back-to-back on the Sova, and they do have some very strong players at the moment that have had some great individual performances. Jeremy's had some pretty good maps, especially against T1, so I want to see them bring that confidence into this series.
These players do have quite good mechanical skill when you actually look into it. I remember playing
Kasi
against
lagyan ng
Wild Warrior last
Pectus.
year and being blown away by this guy.
Ilalagyan nyo
He
ng
looked like he was
Pectus
going to
eh.
be the next big thing out of the Philippines.
Kaya lagyan ng
But not
Pectus,
managed to get
boys.
that across the line this year. So it's about if they can find
Shoutout kay Angelo yan. Shoutout sa Angelo ha. Dapat
ceiling.
pag nagpapa-shoutout na yung nakalagay na hashtag Team Secret.
Completely agree with you about Wild
Okay,
Warrior
kasi
here. Now, I wanna talk a
ito
bit
na
about the
last
coaching
game
staff.
natin sa
This
stage 1
coach
eh.
now was the coach of Boom during Ascension's run end of last year.
Heaven
And
sa
assistant
Ascent
coach for RRQ is
Lotus.
Warbird's former coach for Team Secret. So we have interesting coaching staff here meeting head-to-head who are very
Mas
familiar
prepare
with
ng
Warrior.
TS ano? Mas malakas ang TS pag defense no?
Well aware of some of the players like
Okay, pa-shoutout ha. Kailangan may hashtag Team Secret tapos kailangan naka exclamation point notify sa naka-share. Dami mo naman demand, di ka ba karma yun yan? Baka sabihin sa akin eh no?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Shoutout kay Hunyo JBs. Hunyo JB, shoutout sa'yo. Pagka nagpa-shoutout kayo, hashtag Team Secret, buong buo ba? Di ba?
Especially when you've got nothing to lose.
Pero kung buo,
Steal the win today.
okay, alam ko mapapasigaw ako eh. Kasi, kailangan na natin manalo para sangyupsal na.
Pivot across to this double duelist with Wild Oreo on the Yoru.
Para Anli ano na.
Yeah, Jeremy had a
Anli seafood na tayo.
T1, so
Okay?
we'll see how that works out for them.
Shoutout kay Rafael Fernando, okay? Dapat may share live guys, hindi lang puro pampabalura. Yun ang babasa ko kasi puro
Over on the side of RRQ, they are once again playing Yoru Iso.
Hindi mga kayo sumusuporta eh. TS win. Diba? Sumusuporta kay Kuya Jesse Bash, kay Idol. Yun, diba? Siya kasi ang priest dyan eh. O, diba? Pogi. Kamukha ako, may brace din eh. Ginaya ko talaga siya. Pero sa tutok, hindi kami nagkakalayo. Di ba? Nanonood kayo, di ba?
Definitely the question here.
Nanonood ba kayo ng ano ko na ang gameplay ko sa Valorant? Di naman kami nagkakalayo ng tutok eh.
All the time.
Tama ba?
It always used to be a 50-50 kind of match, but today it is a completely different story with RRQ, the overwhelming
Tama ba,
favorite
boys?
of today's very first match.
Yeah, I mean, I
Ah,
think
tama ba, boys? Tama ba?
it's going to be tough for Team Secret. They definitely have this mountain to climb. RRQ have never looked
Masarap ba
better.
adobong regla?
If ever there's a time to seal it, it's today. I mean, anything can happen when you have nothing left to lose.
That's right. Well, let's see who gets that first championship point of today from Secret.
Hindi pa nga
Achilles and Paper Thin.
mamalasin na kaagad sa sinasabi mo.
Alrighty, time to dive now into our final series of
Dita natin
group
konti.
stage, rounding out Omega RQ versus Team Secret. Desk's talking about
Yan, para sakto lang.
away. Is it going to be possible?
O, di
Secret
pa.
in the past have been that Robin Hood squad.
Exactly. This is kind of my mindset coming into this.
Iyan.
Could be kind of a trap game here for the side of RRQ where you're feeling pretty
Tatanong
confident.
kung masarap
After
adobong
yesterday's
regla.
result, You're the #1 seed. That can kind of
Adobo pa ba yun? Hindi ba dinuguan na yun? Dugo yun eh.
But I doubt it with RRQ. I think, you know, especially with Warbirds and Ewok, knowing those guys and how they're going to come in there. And,
Mic test niya, boys. Malakas ba yung mic? Tumihina yung mic ko eh. Nakikita ko oh. May limit ba? Kapag nililimit na ako.
First look at it for Team Secret as well. Seeing Wild Oreo on the Yoru, it was kind of their macro game caller typically as well. So kind of
Shoutout sa Riz. Hindi kita isa shoutout. Kailangan may Team Secret guys. So po, okay, game na. Ito na, game na.
RRQ, you expect
Okay,
that
game na,
they
game na,
should
game na, game na, game na.
be pretty powerful, pretty impactful.
Game na,
but
game na,
they
game na.
struggled, especially in some of those kill contracts. So looking for a bit of a different
game na, game na, game
approach today for him.
Umaingay!
Alrighty, well. Jesse Bash is going to be flashed off the angle here at a long.
We need to win guys para Anli ano na tali.
Wild Warriors are gonna clear
Anli ano na tayo.
4 players
It all you can to, wag nanalo.
that that there's a lot riding
We
on the
need to
shoulders of
win.
Jesse here for the moment, but it looks
We
like
need
RRQ
to win,
are gonna
guys.
look to up the tempo here.
Tinuruan ko na sila eh. Inano ko na ang mga mentalidad nila, guys. So, disiplinado na to.
Very clear this, make sure there's no one hovering around, but it's not going to go deep enough to clear out the Cubby angle.
That drone kind of gave it away.
Okay, ano pala sila, no? Defender. Defender sila.
So this is just some diligence
Ang
being
Team
shown by
Secret.
RRQ. They still have the trap wire behind them, so they know that even though that cam was cleared earlier,
Miss
they have a
nakita
full
layon,
drone,
Paul.
didn't see anything.
Mamimiss mo na lang ako. Maling pangalan pa. Bibitawan mong bugok.
I think the site is just being given up by Team Secret to try to go for this flank attack.
Share nyo like natin. Ang mag-share. Gagantimpalaan na Panginoon. Saka,
This many
ano.
people
Pag sinare nyo, lagyan nyo hashtag Team Secret,
only
guys.
Jesse
Kasi,
playing from the defender
alam
side.
nyo na, para yung maboost yung confidence ng mga kababayan natin.
Is uppercut gonna be sent out here.
Nagkakahiyaan pa sila, bro. Anain mo na agad. Ayan! Nice one, Jeremy, bro. Nice one, idol. Aso napitas siya. Okay, isa na lang. Okay na, okay na. Diba, ganun, malinis, bro. Malinis, team, malinis, team, malinis. Dahil mahina yung mic ko, kakainin ko na lang yung mismong mikropono para rinig na.
Kills for himself, and that completely throws off this
Sabog eh.
defense for the side of RRQ. A little bit tricky with the
Lady
way
boy
that
ka ba?
they're
Lalaki,
able to
bro.
get the plant down safely,
Nagtanong ka,
but
makinig ka. Nagtanong ka, makinig ka, no? Lalaki, hindi lady boy.
for the side of RRQ, and that's a tough
Tinubot
one.
niya, hindi.
That's such a powerful agent to have in those pistol rounds,
Ano,
having
ano
that
ba
shield.
ano na,
be a
may
difference
pangalan
maker.
nila. Gawin ulit ni hindi yung,
Losing that early and then
ganun ka.
Just
Ayan.
being overwhelmed on the backside of the site. Well, their backside of the site.
Hindi kasi nga, kada win sana ng round, sinasabi niya yun eh. Matik talaga sunod-sunod.
Into his grave as
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and find that elimination cam set up here as well as the trips. Just going to be looking for the gate crash here into the back. It would seem
Ayan.
that here for now.
Nagre-rush to bro, ubus ka hindi yan.
As everybody is just blinded up, swing on the corner. Yet coming away with two there with the classic in hand.
Ay, naglag ng konti doon.
Troops up three. Team Secret. They lose out
Nice
a little bit of
one.
investment. Everyone having a purchase.
Ay, defender tayo, defender eh. Ano tayo guys, counter naman sa atin.
Yeah, and a Bucky being thought about by 2GE, but so far so good. Some good reads. The fake TP doesn't really do much against them. No shield pop there. Jumkin gets eliminated early, but that was
Wait lang
almost
guys, di nyo naman sinasabi.
the C hit.
Puro kasi kayo
Allow them to try to go to the
kabalawan.
other side of the map. They almost get there, but
Kayo kabalawan, hindi nyo dinasabi sa akin.
not fooled. And the
Hindi
overwhelming
naman pala
firepower
okay yung
gets them across
screen
the line.
natin.
A little bit of util
Buwisit
early.
kayo.
Another spot out.
Here, Jemkin is going to eat some damage.
Iho na kabi.
Chunked out the 20.
Ayan, 0-2 na.
Field too.
And the box keeping
Ano,
it
chisa
alive.
kasing sumusuporta, puro pambabalawura.
Oroyo
Nan.
pedaling here. And Jemkin will be able to find the headshot. Shield's going to be broken once again. We'll go their separate ways, but for now, it is still going to be a play
Kailan tambak,
on
no?
the side of RRQ.
10-0, ganun.
As Monyet watching for this forward lurk.
Ba't ganun, mic mo, parang may laman bibig mo.
Set here on C once more.
Yeah, it
Ingay mo, ay, nakakabal yung mic ko, no?
goes up, but
Akala ko mas sinagisi ka. Kinakain ko eh, sorry ah. Sorry,
Monyet feeling
sorry.
confident to play off the back of his clone.
Akala ko
Feedback
mahina
towards
eh,
DC.
sorry.
Got a player held outside the door with Crazy Guy. Oh, just barely.
Nawala tuloy ako, lintik na yan. 2v5 pa tuloy. Nawala kasi ako sa inyo eh.
Will end up getting cut down, so
Naku, si Idol mag-isa.
a bit still alive despite the early damage.
Okay lang yan.
And Jesse Vash
Naniniwala
realizing
ako sa'yo,
there's
Idol.
access here to the site that's going to be found. No idea where any deeper positions could be here from the members of RRQ, so we'll just go ahead, rotate around, go down to the spike, and with 4 players surviving, it's going to be RRQ getting a very clean anti-bonus.
Yeah, that's gotta feel nice. Some of this conditioning you're set up early that you're gonna go for these A hits, go for C. Could open up some avenues where you could do some weird stuff, and I shot the
Safe.
Crazy Guy at the end. Take
Ay,
down Jesse
natukas
Vash.
pa si Bossing.
But I like the
Kaya
ideas from
ginapit lang
RRQ.
eh.
They're really toying with the map, even though Team Secret came out firing.
Oo, nice try, nice try.
Very cleanly. Jemkin this time able to put that
Huwag
shield to
kikiray
good
ikaw
use.
ba? Huwag kikiray ikaw.
Get a couple big kills in this round. You continue
Ano
to see
na malakas
impact
yung
from
mic
him.
ko?
Nice paranoia
Sabihin
set
mo
him up
masyado
too.
malakas, hindi ko tatapat sa bibig
Speed
mo.
from Crazy Guy.
Ang hina kasi. Kapag ako nakikinig, ang hina eh.
Now we go into the first
Sabihin
top
nyo
left of the
magkomento
East
naman
Coast
kasi
here.
kayo ng ikakabuti ng ano ko, sarili ko. Hindi yung puro pambabalahura, inner marisakal na yan.
Forward to maintain the advantage. Yet does have the dimensional drift available. It looks like once again.
Kailangan. We need to cheer, guys. We need to cheer. Nawala kasi tayo kanina eh.
Shakhtar not getting the clear. Ship should be spotted out.
Yeah.
Will be taken down. So sight
Automatic.
opened up.
Hindi nila tinatantanan yung C ah.
Jemkin gonna be able to find one
No?
on the floor, but
Rush talaga eh.
hot flash from Yet. Swoops in, looking for a little bit more here. Spot out onto Envy. Will challenge into the
Wait.
site for the angle.
Wait lang.
Will be able to come away with
Nice
that.
one, Envy.
What is that turn?
Nice one, bossing idol.
As now, neural depth reveals all. Envy hits a third up and over the top. Crazy guy able to
Nice.
find
Diffusing
the
naman eh.
smoke, but cannot find
Uy,
the remaining
yagi.
two. Two players.
Nice.
survived.
Ubos.
Allowing for the tie-up to come in.
Ubos.
We didn't get to talk about too much. What's going to be
Shout out kay
Envy
Chris
on
Lyle.
an initiator onto a
Shout out kay
side
CJ.
and,
Pamoy ng
he's
panty.
just running and
Binabawi
gunning
ko
this
na.
one, but, I mean, just what great shots.
Jesse.
Well, I mean, yeah, Jesse, we got to see that from his angle. Nice dodge of the paranoia there, too. Gets the neural theft out. What? What?
Binabawi ko na.
What in the ever-loving hell?
Jesse, come on, man.
Ay, support share natin yung live. And hashtag Team Secret. Para nanalo ng tuloy-tuloy. And 3-1
He
no.
still got it.
It was akin to Meteor's kill in the final.
Yeah.
On this very map out in front of B. Where's his G2? It's the crispness of it.
That's just those years of experience.
Oh, tinatanan niya nila yung C. Nadala na kayo. Hindi nyo kaya sa bayan dun eh.
Goodness. But still,
Di ba?
the
Puro
looks
C lang
pretty good for
kanina eh.
RRQ, right? Like they get the plant down, they've got
Rush
a
plant.
good read on the map, but just a phenomenal retake. Well, that's a great shot. from
Ngayon
Xero.
mag-i-A sila.
Close angle here.
Naku,
Jeremy
nakuha si
reading
Tuge.
this? No. Pulls off the angle. Doesn't check back the
Uy.
opposite way.
Oh!
Has no clue. So Crazy Guy is able to find that elimination.
Nice.
In the meantime, Jesse Vash
Nakuha
also
din.
here playing a corner. Finds Jemkin, traded it out. Wild Oreo. One taps. His cushy will fall.
2v2. Nice one, Wild Oreo.
Continues to be
Pero
crisp.
sisilap.
Seems like RRQ.
Let's try. Isa pa. Meron pa. Boy pa si Inby.
Come out swinging.
Boy pa si Inby, boys.
Look to continue to try to run this one back. Get within touching distance.
Hashtag Pinguts. Tay.
With a 3K, will get RRQ their second round win.
And tuloy, minalas.
Still though, some good things.
Binasa ko lang,
I mean,
minalas.
for RRQ, they're doing a great job of working the map and getting to spots where they're going to have post plants, but Team Secret is really firing today. That's a big win for Xfero. Out the
Hashtag
rip.
panty liner.
A little unfortunate.
It's the last day of group stage play. The teams are locked. RQ's in as the #1 seed.
Yep.
Nice try, boys. Nice try.
We can afford.
Ang lakas yung panty liner na yun. Binasa ko pa eh. Minalas tuloy.
It's unfortunate, I was going to say, for Xfero, because he comes walking down that ramp thinking it's going to be free because Crazy Guy's in there.
Bayag National High School. May ganun ba?
Are multiple players and they will get flushed out. Jeremy able to find one. So
Uy.
Manya does die. Envy now just
Nako.
some shots, but it's just going to be taken down as it's a very swift storming of the A side.
Wala.
RQ now tying things up at 3-3.
Yeah, the trap play able to be dealt with.
Ako
Nice
na.
reactions. 8-3 for Crazy Guy.
Sino ba itong buwisit na
He has had
tawag
a
ng
lead
tawag?
start, the IGL
Ibablock
for
ko
RRQ,
yun.
The new IGL for RRQ this stage. Coming
Teka
in
nga
with a
guys, may
great job with
nanggugulo
this
eh.
team. Had a little bit of a rough start and then has adjusted very well.
Bablock
ever
ko yun ha.
since.
Tawag ng tawag. Bablock ko.
Spraying through the smoke once the contact is made. And Cushy, who has been just tremendous all year, continues to be a force on those info initiators. A lot of ults. For
Matatalo
RRQ this
Team
round.
Secret pag hindi ka nag-panty reveal. Alam mo, kami kung lakas ka dito siyan eh.
Who's going to use them first? Who's going to be able to find more value?
Alam mo yun?
Snag of the orb.
Mananalo ka na eh kapag ka lumayas ka dito bro.
Dimensional drift. Jeremy so far forward. We've seen him do some things in this spot before.
Considering
Para manalo, kahihiyan ko ilalagay ko panty. Bugok ka.
gets all the info that they were after is our Jemkin feeling it, but
Oli, kailangan makuha ng Team Secret yung wrong ano na to.
We'll be able to have it. There's a
Round na
reset.
to. Nahuli si Jeremy.
Thinks it's kill contract, tripwire, all that's standing between RRQ
Nakulong.
and B site. Around the corner in garage window is 2GE, but not much that he's going to be able to do to try to dissuade this. Hunter's Fury, however, does get opened up. Monyet going to be taken down. Wild Warrior at the same time. Able to find an op shot.
Nice one, Idol.
She gets dropped. Jemkin finds himself a third elimination.
Takes. Nako.
Around the back.
Low
Finds
dito
the
ulit.
headshot. Neural Theft now going to
Oh
be invested.
no.
He's just strafing back in towards Jesse.
The idol kami yun, idol.
To hold the corner.
I believe in you.
Bash
Nako,
is able to
pumutok.
find it. Shot
Oh.
Nice one, idol. Isa na lang, idol.
He swings the angle for
Nice
the
one,
4K.
idol.
And he stops him from being able to find a
Hindi,
round
nag-
victory. His
Ay.
life for the cause as RRQ takes
Nakuha
the
pa rin
lead.
ng RRQ yun.
Man,
Nice
Jesse-
try.
I mean, the confidence is flowing.
Nice try,
This is
nice
huge
try.
that Jemkin gets that kill because the kill contract is also on his opponent.
Lintik na
So he's able
to.
to keep
Tawag
that
ng tawag
out
tong
of play
buwisit
for
na
the
to.
round. Some great shots from Wild Oreo, but Jemkin delivering what RRQ need him most. Just getting ahead of that. Just enough. That shock dart, I thought that was going to be round. I thought Jesse had it.
He did, just not fast enough.
Yeah.
Not the kill, but
Okay.
onto the shot. 2GE looking for a bit of a timing here, trying to close the gap. Just has that stinger.
Wala ko nakuha nili round na yun.
Ground into a fine pace is Jemkin.
Ako natatluhan ka agad, bro.
Break things open here on the site.
Palagong palag yung laban nila, no?
Got better odds. He's 2 HP lower.
Palagong
than he was in the
palag.
first round.
He also has another kill contract.
Yes, he does. Seems like I
Lagi natitira si Idol.
You would expect. I mean, Jemkin is one of the hardest workers. When I talk to people behind the scenes, he is
We need
just
to win, boys.
to this game and to winning. And he, you know, one bad performance, you expect that he isn't going to let that slide. He's going to come back stronger. Boy, oh boy, has he. The KDA through the roof on
Save
this
na lang
round.
yan ni Idol.
He had an assist on the first kill from Crazy Guy because he hit with the vulnerable.
Pag silip mo, Idol, naku, yari.
Oh, a headshot.
Ayun.
yeah, got a ding.
Bam, bam, bam.
Corner.
Kanina pa ni Idol, yung isa eh. Pero okay lang, nice try.
Flawless here for the side of RRQ as they now move up 5-3.
Shoutout sa'yo, Eric dyan. Yan. Yung mga matinong magpapa-shoutout lang. Dapat pag may nag-pa-shoutout, may kasamang hashtag Team Secret.
Just shoots through his teammate. Oh, man. Monyet there. Showing off some skill.
Kung tiyo, yari ka sa amin mamaya.
Giggle.
Tawanan mo lang, mamaya ka sa amin.
He was in a good mood.
Tawanan mo lang, mamaya ka sa amin.
For good reason.
Yeah.
We saw the
Huh?
player cams, you know, from Boom throughout the opening series.
Sino tong nag-comment?
Plenty to be happy about, as well as puzzled.
1,000 star?
I was confused a couple times as far as what was
Oh,
happening.
we were too.
But
Team Secret o
I mean,
T1?
RRQ, it's a very similar
Team
story.
Secret, syempre bro.
There's no
Team
difference
Secret
in them.
ako eh, oh.
It's more about
Ano nga akong secret weapon eh. Syempre Team Secret lang yaka. So sunsulan mo pa ako, syempre team ko. Yun na ba yung nag-send na yun?
When they go up against Team Secret.
Pop nga nun, pop nga yung 1,000 star.
Got some cushy fans out there.
Pop na 1,000 star na yun.
Ah, not quite.
Okay, we got it.
Syempre
Alright.
Team Secret, Team Secret si bro eh.
Yeah, I mean, this RRQ team, you know,
Team
able to
Secret
weather
bro.
some of this early
Susunsulan
aggression,
mo pa ako.
just firing that Team Secret was showing. I mean, you could see the confidence.
Tatawanan niyo naman ako
They were
ngayon.
just running and gunning, trying to just push the tempo.
Pink
Makes
ba yan?
sense
Ang
when you're
ano?
running these
Itim
double
po yung
duelist
t-shirt
comps.
ko, itim.
You want to try to catch your opponent off guard. Use the
Team
wall
Secret
here
o
to
T1 ha, check mo PM ko sa'yo.
This off, really.
Sino yun si Kenneth?
Not impactful. They force the exit.
Siyempre Team Secret bro, Team Secret ako eh. Yung dudurugin pa namin sa harap mo yung T1 na yan. Pinagbigyan lang namin ng mga paraan.
Coming through, gets the grab here onto Monyet.
Or was that the clone?
Oh,
5-3 na pala, no?
That's a very
Sa pitas
real
kagad
injury,
si
though.
Toge. Naku, may nakulong na naman bro.
Taken down. Jemkin able to find that kill. Wild Warrior at the same time. Finds a pick. Monyet, the real Monyet.
Okay lang, 3v4.
Bash finding Crazy Guy, but Jemkin still here, still wreaking havoc.
B2 to B2. B2, 1B2. Idol, kaya mo yan. Nice try, Idol. Nice try, nice try, nice try.
Jemkin's ISO from the first outing. Silenced.
Walang yaka kasi Jesse eh. Hindi sa Team Secret.
Not much of a concern anymore.
Supportahan mo, bundong ka pupus ka sa kabila. Bullshit ka.
had struggles on this agent. I thought this was an agent that should suit him pretty
Ano sinabi ni
nicely.
Kenneth?
Still a little bit off the mark sometimes
Wala namang Kenneth
in those
dito eh.
contracts, but I mean, this round right here, able to reset the double taps multiple times. That is the dream as an ISO.
I need one of them. It could be Wild Oreo, it could be Wild Oreo, it could be Monyet. I just need one of these Yorus to
Ano
just
yun? Ano masasabi mo, boss, magkaka-Valorant mobile na?
I would
contract.
Yeah,
And just because you're gonna be
Masasabi ko,
it'd be so funny.
it would be.
Kaya mo ako mag-focus muna, sumuporta ka, huwag ka muna
And then all
magtanong.
of a sudden it turns on you. It's like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, see, like that, but in the kill.
Unahan lagi dun, bro, pagka sa mid.
Just walk at him and hit the headshot.
Someday Durko will try it. He's got our backs. I'm
Bulag ang ulo.
Man.
Ako nakatagilid.
Monyet finds the kill, right back over into spawn, joins in with the rest of the team towards the A side of the map. VCT going to be noted, trip is cleared. And
Nadali pa si Idol.
taking. Just Envy and Wild Oreo to try to see if they can stop us from being a flawless.
Try ko nga yan, guys. Magsoba lang ako na magsoba.
Drop down, splitting the difference. Just a tiny bit of damage found as Envy now.
1v5, oh.
Everything to do.
1v5.
That's the first one. Shock dart not
Nice.
quite connecting.
Isa pa. Okay, bro. Uluhan mo lang, uluhan mo lang.
So,
Uluhan mo lang.
4 bullets remaining. Shorty greeting him around the corner. As it's just a nigh impossible scenario. 7-3.
Nice try, bro. Nice try, nice try. Nice try, nice try.
Sir, Jemkin has another ult. There's a problem.
Yeah, a great round from Monyet there. Just isolating a couple battles on his own and
Huwag ka na magtampo, Kenneth.
Looked like he
Nasin
was
ko na.
struggling a little bit at the beginning of the map, but that is no longer the case. And the good vibes continue to flow.
Tawa ng tawa to, no?
5 for Jemkin. Yeah, and kill contracts.
Bro, mga bro, yung tinuro ni coach. Yung design ng pag-smoke kasi dapat sayang. Huwag nyo intindihin yung
Kinda
tutok
stolen
eh.
away.
Tinatawanan kayo, bro, payag kayo nun. Yari sa inyo mamaya yan.
He can't do it right here. He doesn't have any other teammates, so it'd be a little risky. They're trying to get a bit more info before they make a go of it. Another op for Wild Oreo. Scoping down mid, but a ton of info other than A. So yeah, got to use the drone.
Di, dahan-dahan lang, boys. Kaya mahabol yan.
Scope this out. Got to make sure no one's pushed forward into any of the corners. Now you just got to worry about the sewers corners. And that's Jemkin's job. I mean, they're just giving up the A site again. So kind of playing this like the pistol in a way. Our team secret, waiting for that drone, and that's when they start making the push out. But they haven't cleared the cam yet in mid. So that means it doesn't look like they're...
Nanalo ba Team Secret? Papakitahan mo kami ng Kyrie Irving na crossover.
Back, I think he's just going to be sending a Hunter's Fury on top of the smoke, or the
Ubusit mo lang akong hayop ka eh.
word that starts with S. Waiting for that third and final shot. Nothing going to be found. Jeremy lingering here within the smoke. Monyet tucked over onto the side to push forward. Monyet swiftly deals with it. Pulls back over. Sights towards window. Already Envy cleared out. Not before Jemkin does end up falling.
Ooh.
They make a go of this. Crazy guy
Kasi.
now alone.
Ang yung Jesse to kasi.
He's not sure where he's
Mahal
repositioned.
sa
to.
buhay.
Now just say, tucked here behind the
1v1,
box.
bro. Okay, kaya mo yan.
Before this movement's heard. GG's running.
Nice try, bro. Nice try pa rin. Nice try pa
Thank you
rin.
very much for the audio. That's going to be 8-3 now, looking for that 9-3 scoreline.
This is good ideas. I mean, one way to counter that ISO shield is to just barrel stuff it. We've seen this a couple times on this map. Jesse Vash did it once to Jemkin. This time Monyet.
Nice try, nice try.
To Jeremy. That way you can get 2 bullets to connect before your
Di,
opponent
tumawa
can
lang
go.
kayo mamaya kayo sa amin.
And yeah, Jemkin didn't get a chance to use the ult the previous round, so here in the final round of the half, surely gonna get an opportunity for it on the natural drift as well from Monyet. Actually just kind of fakes it out there, throws a flash to show presence at mid, and then decides to use it over towards A. Again, left wide open, but ahead of it, and Jeremy's just shut down.
I mean, yep, head's just taken off. Has the ult. Jimkin still playing forward, so not the greatest position to try to utilize this as the flush comes through, but Manyet's got covering fire. Reset of the shield. Jesse Fash will take him down, so that kill contract not going to be seen.
Nice one, idol.
We'll find Jesse there in heaven. Crazy guy once again. Just pushing 2GE to the side.
1v4 na naman, bro.
And it is all eyes on heaven.
Nice try, nice try. Nagpapainit ka, bro. Nagpapainit mo. Pagaganda niya yung laban.
Yeah, 8 in a row there to close out that attacker's side. Just starting to see the confidence flowing. You know, Team Secret trying to play for a bit of retake on A, but different looks are well accounted for by RRQ each time. This time they try to push the pace. You know, as the spike is attempting to be planted, that's when they try to send the ISO in. You know, previously
Time out.
use the Hunter's Fury.
Time out.
Some space this time, different
Halftime pala.
look, same results.
Just brutality here. RRQ very dialed in.
Kumalma ka lang, boss. Baka bumulwak regla mo.
Gonna run back
Ikaw
in here.
naman ako. Ikaw ang regla. Ikaw ang babae.
I mean, the pistol got picked
Ito,
up.
tsawakan mo to. Mainit din to.
One of the 3 rounds that they were
Mainit nga pinaspray. Ikaw ano pa pinagko-comment mo hayop ka, Jesse.
3 rounds at the beginning out of the 4, and then you think, okay, Team Secret.
Kamusta school mo, baby ko? Huwag mo binabanggit sa akin yung school na yan.
Foot down, had enough. Said, nope, we're the #1 seed. And
Hashtag Team Secret pa. Shoutout po, Harry Roque.
Clings to let go of this game. Give you guys any hope. Just want to shut you right out.
Ano size ng bra mo? Pa-deliver ko. Puta, nagis kang hanip ka. Ang bibili mo na lang ng gagamba eh. Papa-deliver mo pa sa akin.
And they just get into the grand final of stage 1. Sure, both teams are going to Toronto.
Yeah.
How quickly can we put an event together in Bali?
I don't know.
And just fly to Indonesia and just have that match happen there.
Yeah, we can just like do it on the beach.
Yeah, we could just do it at Ayana.
Okay,
which
yeah.
is one of the sponsors of RRQ. It's a fantastic resort.
Sure.
We'll give them the shout out. I've been there. It's awesome.
Nice. I mean, I'm down for that too.
So I think we just do that. Let's just quick pivot it. I'm
down.
sure that both teams would be very
Bird
happy.
na naman po yung video, parang nakahint.
Down to 35 HP. Able to find the kill there. Monyet will be dead for now.
Oh, the positioning.
Oh boy, Xfero pushing forward in the smoke, able to find the first, gets the second,
Oy.
knows that there's a third, cannot find it. Wild
Lights na pasukan sa loob ng
pushing
utak.
out, all alone in a 1v3, but all 3 players tagged up.
Buti nakasalisi yun, no? Dati bang ano yun? Salisigang?
This is going to come down to the gunfire for Team Secret, because she does have a little bit of util to work with.
Isa na lang yan, no? Si Kushay.
Shock Dart could find a kill, like you said. This player's weakened up.
Oh my god, he's literally 1. He's literally 1 HP. But Wild Oreo, he'll take the first fight. He'll nail the headshot.
Nice.
Going 2-0 on the Pistols as they find their fourth round win.
Yeah, they're looking
Idol, pwede mo ba andalin
Pistols at least, just winning some of these duels out in the open. And even though Xfero
Share nyo lang go, guys. Share nyo na lang live ko.
trickery there,
No?
using the smoke.
Bahala kayo, hindi ko kayo nasali na live coaching ko pag ako na naglaro. Coach, 1 week ako hindi manonood sa live mo, okay lang ba? Okay lang, kasi. Okay na, okay, lintik ka.
Some decisions being made and RQ's just tucking
Pwede ko bang gawin energy din bathwater mo?
He does.
Ihi ko pre, pwede.
Crazy guy, unscathed.
Yun na lang, ihi ko na lang. Salahula ka naman, buisit ka eh.
Now they have to change ideas. Both teams are, though. See, RRQ is, again, making their way over towards the A side, shifting that direction, and still trying to keep themselves hidden from util, trying to get some positions revealed. Revealing Cushy, not a big deal. You expect us over there.
Right here.
Let's see if the other members are going to be accounted for by Team Secret if they end up going this way. But the spike is leaning
Mamimiss
towards
mo
B.
ko?
So this is
Never kita
a
mamimiss,
being
Jess,
tested
hey.
by Jesse and Jeremy. Jemkin, though, slipping the net. Oh my god.
Sliding forward, Crazy guy able to find Wild Oreo, finishes the job that he started earlier on.
Nakuha pa si Oreo
A little
doon.
bit scattered there though.
Nice one, Toge.
Jeremy Shield broken, dead. Cushy finds the headshot. 3 players strong.
It's naalog, guys, naalog.
The gun, the push forward. The gun's gonna be remaining on the floor. Jesse Bash able to find one there with
Nice!
Ghost. He's getting ready to
Ay, dala,
but he's finding number 1 now. Gonna be felled as
Nalikuran.
able to put the Bulldog to his head.
Nice.
Finds the kills and gets the scrape by victory. Here
Nice
in the
one,
round.
nice one, nice one. 5-9, 5-9, mabol.
Secret get the 5.
5-9,
A lot of
5-9.
trickery here from RRQ.
Ate, ilang taon ka na po? Wala akong balak sagutin ng Kenneth.
On the site to make it much more difficult for Team Secret to react. Good shots from Crazy Guy with the Marshall. Man, that's quick. Dealt with by Envy, but that gun got dropped and it got scary there for a second. If Monyet had been on point with that Bulldog, who knows? So Crazy Guy actually going to go for the judge after that Marshall, but damage done. Couple Bulldogs.
Alma lang boys eh, madali lang habulin eh. No?
Close range
Kung,
weaponry.
kung isa sa alang-alang lang lagi yung turo ni Coach.
Oh my.
It's just gonna find a time.
13-0. Nakakuha pa sila.
Studied at the University of Monyet, or Malco, I should say.
Yep.
Monyet just
Nice.
died. I'm just reading things. Jemkin looking to try to disrupt here and catches the timing on the Wild Oreo. Will eat the full blind.
Ay, ay, ay.
2GE will find one more here from backside with that Stinger in hand. Looking for a little bit more bit damage. Finds a dink, but cannot find the
Isa lang,
kill.
isa.
Players survive.
Nice try, nice try, nice try. Maganda yun, no.
Conversion.
Mayroon talaga walang malakas sa marami, bro.
Snowballing around
Walang malakas
back
sa
here.
marami.
They'll get up now to 10.
Yeah, another thing is, you know, against ISOs, the Stingers are really impactful because they can break that shield so quick. Find those kills.
Pag nanalo,
Notice
Team
a lot of
Secret,
teams
pasend
starting
ako ng
to not just run because the Stingers are good.
Egypt pick mo.
You and I have had discussions about how we feel about the
Ma'am,
Stingers
saan mo
now.
nabili ang duster?
Yeah, but the rate of fire,
Wow,
you know,
isang duster
effective
ko
as
eh.
well, can be
Walang
really
nga ka naman,
effective.
bro. Imbis na magalit ako, nasasamid ako sa kaya sa'yo eh.
You're gonna see teams lean into those a little
Duster
bit
mo
more.
yan.
Monyet with an outlaw.
Team Secret yan, bro. Jersey.
This the Team Secret is able
Ayan
to
o.
be all that he's able to scrape together because there's a lot of
Ang yan naman, ginawa mo naman duster eh. Kaya ganda-ganda nito.
some shock darts to connect.
Walang yaka. Bumisit. Sino ba yung maiban? Ha? Sino yun na maiban?
Sphero looking to try to hold down Sewer.
Ginawang duster ng Putragis.
On the angle, should know that the cam was set up.
Buti hindi ako uminom eh.
Swing.
Nagalo yung mo.
Getting a
Nakatawa
little
eh.
closer.
Nakakatawang bobo, nakakagalit na tanga eh.
Came in from behind and no one cleared it out. Jesse Bash is able to bend that up through main into Sewer. And that is the site now completely broken open because no one cleared
Ano ang
the drone.
duster ng bobo na to?
That one looked a little uncomfortable. RRQ was trying to rotate into position to stall out the A hit, but they were a step too late.
Okay.
Team Secret was
Abang.
already there.
Abang-abang na lang, bro. Madali lang
I'm too
pag
surprised to see it
abang.
now. I think there needs to be some
Ha? Yung tayo ni
adjustment
Coach.
from RRQ in terms of how you're
Inner
preparing
piece,
for
isa alang-alang.
Monyet's just pushing out C. He had C long control.
Pag nanalo Team Secret, ungol ka.
Off the rip. And they really weren't leaning into that A site as heavily as they needed to. They were still kind of worried about B because they don't have the ability to get a lot of deep info.
All right, well, it's going to be a flawless here from Team Secret.
Ba, nagkahiyaan, bro.
4 rounds separating. Like you said, I wouldn't be too shocked if it is going to be a timeout call. Up by 4. Comfy, but not secured.
Oh, wala nag-try,
Just
guys.
look to pump the brakes and
Ay,
figure out the
oh,
game plan here. Then again,
Who's pala to?
this is the same start that we had to the map.
True.
Where it was, pistol, anti
Nori Musashi. Thank you sa 35 star, Nori Musashi.
And then we saw
Idol, saan mo po binili ang headset nyo? Sa bilihan.
You're the coaches, right? You can hear your players. So if you're
Shout
hearing
out
from Crazy
kay
Guy,
Prince
he's already
Lozano.
saying the things
Prince
that you're saying.
Lozano. Yan.
Then there's no reason to time out.
Magaling nga kayo sa tanong, sige.
They're not going to send one, so it will just be.
Okay, sasagutin ko lahat ng tanong nyo, ha? Titina, babasahin ko lahat ng tanong nyo.
We'll be playing Lurk over within garage.
Dapat yung tanong nyo yung good vibes.
Damage from the shock dart. Otherwise, pretty untouched. So we'll be okay for the moment.
Yeah. This time they're gonna just have to play retake for C. It's starting to look like Jemkin does slide over there. Smoke comes out, so that
Bakit ang laki ng ulo mo, ang lit ng katawan mo? Kinulang sa bomba eh. Kulang sa hangin.
Get the ult for the Yoru.
Hinahanap ko kasi yung pito. Hindi ko makita
There's a
yung pito.
ping, but hard to say if that was meant for the angle right around from where Envy is.
Ilan ba
but
kasya
that's
sa
good for the other
kipay?
side. But
Ay,
they
alam na,
suspect
okay
that there's a
eh.
trap at that door. Maybe they can hear the...
Lalaki nga, lalaki.
Wild Warrior
Lalaki.
sends out the dimensional drift, spots on the Cushy, push forward through the smoke. We'll find Jimkin as well. And
Tapos kamukha mo si Diana Ryder. Sino si Diana Ryder?
Catches him completely off guard.
Diana Ryder.
Open here for the
Diana
the ping revealed out.
Ryder.
Jemkin is not ready for Envy's position, nor is Cushy. 3 snappy, quick kills. And as Envy, maybe
Hayop ka.
just thinking there was going to be an approach here from the window.
Adalin mo pa ako sa kasalanan.
Sparrow eventually does manage to put him down, but similarly will get traded out quickly.
Dinala mo pa ako. Ma-delete nga yung history.
He is likely to hold on to this weapon, and it seems like
Intik
Team
ka.
Secret changing the script.
Dinudungisan mo
First half,
ako eh.
not allowing for the same sequence of rounds to go the way of RRQ.
Yeah, they're doing a really nice job using that Your ult very effectively to figure out what was going on around the map. Get the plan
Kailan
done
po
and put some
papadala yung Lion Port Part 3? Huwag mo pangarapin yun.
They're being really
Ay,
proactive.
yan,
Our Secret, I mean,
yan,
you could see it even on their defender side. It was a
Baby, na lang yan bro ha. Si Loko-Lokong Gay yung
on the
natira.
attacker side. It's really starting to work.
This one, hinahabol. Nakukuha na nila yung ano ko.
Use the tick.
Ganon.
Okay, just stopped. Okay. Envy is Envy.
As he often is.
He usually is, I hope.
Lagi talaga ako nalilibang pag nanonood ng live mo, Master. Ang cute mo kasi, nasa wallpaper kita, tas laging tinatanong kung yan ba ang bagong member ng Bini.
From RRQ of the series.
Nga, tubo ka.
Just 3 rounds between the two with a weakened economy coming into this next one.
Demi, okay lang po kayo magko-collab ni Wally Bayola.
Team Secret get their way.
Alayo naman kayo.
No, for
Tapos
sure.
aliyo.
And, you know, there's some things to be thought about. I mean, it's hard when you're playing this comp to get info. You have to throw bodies sometimes.
Ito si bro, tinuruan ko to eh.
Somewhat reliant on your
Lahat kasi
ISO.
tinuro ngayon dyan sa
A little
Team
bit
Secret.
aggressive.
Sinasabi niya. Pero yung mga secret weapon talaga yung strategiya ko.
He's gonna be talking about team
Sabi ko, wag muna nila kasing gamitin. Baka kasi mahalata eh.
ability to win. Masters Bangkok off the back of this, just dominating Haven in Masters. So part of what they do with Meteor is they kind of let him roam a little bit, or they'll use him at A and back him up with like stacks with the Sova to try to take a lobby control. So you have to be able to establish map control with your bodies, because all
Lalaking-lalaki yan, kaso iniipit sa hita, ethics para maging tech.
Yes, you have the side anchor with the Cypher to do a little bit of that too, but
Eh,
you have to be really proactive with this comp. Take
Inayupak ka.
And I like what we're seeing.
Tanggal mo ng lalaki, may naisip ka pang iniipit. Sira ulo ka.
Can he get the job done with that hero rifle?
Notify, happy watching habang kasama BF mo.
Expecting that to be the change of ideas.
May nakikita ka sa likod ko.
They're just watching for that A push out the whole time, but Drone's not going to see much, just the Yoru, and that's kind of whatever.
Kailan ka kaya makapag-live na walang balahura? Kapag ka, nakumpleto ko na Infinity Stone. O are, nakuha ko na Infinity Stone, tapos isang snap ko lang na ganun.
Very quiet here across the board.
Burado ko, kasama ka, burado. Nagtanong ka pa, isa ka sa balahura.
Eco for
Ay, alam mo, parang matupad yun. Lumayas ka!
the anti-eco.
Jemkin, he's just pushing out. He doesn't have his shield raised. He's just taken down. That's the one rifle. Down on the floor, thinking he was going to be able to find a timing, but instead just finds
7-10 na, konti na lang mga bro yung tinuro ni Coach Inner
But
press.
Jeremy, having the double tap shield at the ready, will be feeling a little bit more fearless here. So he gets ready to push out. Crazy guy back plat and be able to find one. Cushy, 2 quick shots. Jeremy, 2GE both get taken down, but will eventually fall.
Nice one, idol!
The weapon recovered.
Magsosoba nga tayo pagka naglaro ako balo.
Little bit of whippage eventually finds the head. As it's just gonna be a double faces. My God, what
Ubiwan yan, bro, ha?
Launches himself in from behind, and Envy will be able to stave him off, but
Nice one, pinakabalang pala, pinakabalang.
Disgusting.
Pinakabalang.
Pretty nasty. Seen a couple
Yeah,
crazy
that was
flicks in this one.
disgusting eh.
Things starting to get a little bit
Pinakabal lang.
uncomfortable for RRQ in the scoreline. They're going to be able to get some big purchases coming through finally. Cushy hit some really nice headshots.
Yeah, Those are cool.
Yeah, show us the
Oh!
it's the one tap.
Oh! God!
Mas pa-shoutout, sino yun?
That's even Jesse was talking about it there. The flicks. Oh, late reaction.
Sees him, yeah. And that's just gonna have to be the exit. Looking for
Buti
the
hindi
pull.
tumama. Kailangan babatuin mo para di tumama.
That's Koshi gonna get pulled forward.
Uy,
And
nakulong.
Jeremy has the instant headshot.
That was clean.
I love when we change the.
Nice
POV.
one, Jeremy.
And it changes the voice.
Ano
line.
kang daya naman nun?
That's it. Jemkin similarly could send his. Looks like he wants to try to push forward though into the site, but it's just gonna get taken down. Team Secret.
Nice
are
one,
very much
nice
trying
one,
to get
nice
themselves
one.
Into this. About to be separated by
Advance.
one round as 2 GEs there on the
Ababa.
flank.
Nice one, Toge. Nice one, nice one, nice one, team. Nice one, team. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9.
You know, it looked like RRQ was going to run away with it, but this attacker side just as
Getting
potent, if not more so
serious.
for Team Secret.
It's
They
getting
won the pistol.
serious.
God, that is good, Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to see.
Tournament mo
So
ba?
crisp
Ano?
today.
Tournament.
All right. I mean, this cop, tough to defend against.
Nako, yari kayo mamaya. Lalabas na yung... Dapat lumabas yun.
No real weapon.
Tumatawa yung kaninang kalaban eh.
Some broken stingers.
Ganun yung mamaya. Durog ka!
It's too real for us. Again, just patience being shown here by Team Secret. They're
Kaya ka ba laging naggalit dahil nireregla ka sa puwit?
with those smokes there as well. That's going to keep them in place. So RRQ is going to use this opportunity to try to reinforce the B site this time. It's the same look from Team Secret. The last time they did this, they did.
Saan mapapanood yan, bro?
RRQ hoping.
Des, mga Valorant live, bro. Sa akin ka naman, no? Galis ka pa eh.
They may just get it. Or maybe C, actually. Good choice with the long-range weapon.
Coach, nabubulol ka na. Kalma lang, mananalo yung RRQ.
Smoke up front.
Team 6 na ako eh!
Final decision will be A. I like this macro game calling.
Clear on the cam. And B slowly starting to drift back here.
I-all nyo na, bro. I-all nyo na. Kinabahan ng mga betlog niya, no?
Setting up the one-way smoke is undercut smoke out onto heaven. Just gonna stay stat here.
Kinabahan ng mga betlog niyan, pre.
Do they at any point suspect this? Slightly unorthodox. G kind of looking for it. He actually TPs up into the smoke itself, and then Jeremy turns back to be able to find the kill.
Bulag ka.
Had he just stayed there.
Saan ka nakatingin, ha?
Blank sprayed him down with that stinger.
Yeah, idol. Yeah, pag lumabas ka, tapos ang ulo niyan.
Try to see if they can
Oh, ayan na.
forward here
Nako.
into the site. Trip set up at the corner. Jeremy lingering within the smoke. It's looking like RRQ as more time goes by, likely just waiting to see if they catch anybody on the exit. And otherwise, we'll look to go down.
Tapos yung GF ko tinitigasan sa'yo.
Jeremy's just going to push the tempo.
Reveal on one in the corner. Jeremy does give his life. Cushy does once again find 2 with the Sheriff. Solid kills, but
Nadali pa sila, Ron. 3v3, oh.
already on
Nice
the
one, all.
10 to 10. We are
Nice
now
one, nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one, nice
Team
one.
Secret coming
Nice one.
alive.
Well, it's got to be this round for RRQ, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have another time.
Siguro kung kasali ka sa Team Secret, always win na kasi sa kagandahan mo.
What he's
Dami
doing,
mong
I'm
alam,
gonna blame
pre.
him.
Napakarami mong
Especially
alam.
with all these ults available. You can go into
Di kasi ako pwedeng maglaro dyan. Bawal kasi gamitin yung mga secret weapon
and
dyan.
then
Coach
in the
lang
next
ako.
couple rounds just sort of talk about the way you want to approach the macro game a little bit more.
Ayun ka na
Team
ngayon.
Secret is
Tumawa
being
ka
very
ulit.
patient, waiting for their moment.
Yari kayo.
Kind of making the same moves
Ako
off
nang
of
tawa kanina eh. Yari ngayon yan.
previously. So it's being very challenging for
Ako
RRQ
nang
to get
tawa
a good
kanina eh.
read off of some of the util and the setups that Team Secret is using. So let's see if
Tawa
they
ka
can
ng
figure it
tawa
out.
kanina. Yari ka sa amin
A
ngayon.
lot of
Yun
pressure on the
nasabi.
crazy guy now as well to find those adaptations beyond what his coach can give them here. He's been better about that for sure as the stage has gone on. Just have to wait and see, but yeah, challenging to defend.
Kuya
on this
Leo,
front, so
para
it's
kang
just-
bandal.
it just
Pwede ba
kinda
kita
depends.
putukan?
Going against another ISO. It's been pretty tricky. Jeremy's starting to come alive there.
Shots have been very, very clean. Jemkin at the same time has been
Idol, if there will be a chance, sino po yung gusto nyo i-collab at bakit?
committed.
So i-collab, alam nyo,
Pressure certainly building here for RRQ.
sabihin mo na yung top streamer ko,
10 to 10 relatively
Gloco,
given the 9 and 3
Razi,
but
Alodia.
perhaps
Yeah.
the curse
Oh,
to be striking, but crazy.
Gloco talaga number 1 ko.
Spam puts
Kung
Waldorio down to 11
mapakit
HP.
na yung influence ba't ako nag-stream?
yet trying to find
Si Gloco. Kung ako, may gagayahin man ako. Gloco!
Common drone angle. And should have seen a pick.
Alam nyo dati, nung naka-teamot kasi ako, di ba? Nagti-teamot ako.
Monyet was in this forward spot.
Dati sinabihan ako, wannabe Gloco. Kinikilig pa ako nun.
Hard to tell for sure, but
Sa dami streamer, nagagayahin ko. Proud na ako, nasabihan akong ginagaya ko si Gloco.
drop down from 2GE. Gun barrel spotted. 2GE! How does he not realize? He must have been looking somewhere else.
Yeah, he
Maybe a
was
glance at the minimap, but
Yep.
either way, asleep at the wheel.
Nga, ayun, share ko lang sa inyo. Sinabihan pa ako dati,
And he is
bootleg
scratching the
Gloco.
ball. Jump.
Kinikilig pa ako nun. Kasi ang daming streamer na pwede i-link sa'yo, yung number 1 streamer pa sa Pilipinas.
Gonna swing out, try to get a reveal. Gets
Di ba?
damage on the Envy, but cannot collect that kill. Just the clone here for now.
Uy, 3-bit!
From Garage,
Ay,
ready to come in.
4v4 kasi nauna si Waldorio.
Continue to advance. Ping reveal onto a couple of these players as Jesse Bash repositions through the smoke.
Teka guys.
Triple push out of this left-hand side. Cushy
Ah!
able to find two. As it's now just Wild Order
Nako.
with the
Dali
aforementioned
pa
11
ron.
HP. Try to see if he can make it a little bit more costly, but a nice little jiggle out from Crazy Guy. He will find it in RQ. They will break this 5-round consecutive win streak from Team Secret, re-establish a lead, but they are far from out of the woods. Because of all of those round wins, Team Secret, they have built up a decent bank.
Ayun, alam nyo na kung sino
I
yung...
mean,
Sabihin ko na top 3 ko talaga yun.
good. And
Gloco, Alodia, Razi.
No other way to say it.
Razi. Ginamit ko yung mga yun.
Shot
Ako
from Crazy Guy, but the early spam as well. Very nice. So
hindi nyo kasi alam yung pakiramdam eh. Ako yung... Iba pakiramdam ko eh. Nag-stream ako dahil gusto ko eh.
Especially considering they didn't have to use any of the
Yun
ultimates.
dapat.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Wild Oreo set back, and this time
Pag gusto ko yung ginagawa ko, gagawin
he's
ko.
able to go ahead and
Next one, Wild Oreo.
It's a Monyet taken down.
Ganun.
Cushy now alone here on A. Deep forward position from Xfero outside of C, but it's going to be tripped off.
Huwag na kayong padali kay Kushay.
There's the dimensional drift from Wild Oreo.
Ina, para Andy Seafood na mga bro. Ipanalo na natin to mga bro.
B TP's down into the sewer. Push forward, spots out Jemkin.
Okay, pasukin mo.
In the meantime, Envy manning the flank. A pull
Nice
forward.
one.
Jemkin versus Jeremy.
Sayang.
Shields out, Shields
Nice,
push.
nice, nice, nice.
Winning.
Okay.
Gets the reset, but yep. Exits and is right there in front.
Sana lang bro. All 11, all 11.
As once again, RRQ not getting into a position to utilize any of these ultimates and tied up at 11 to 11.
Yeah, this is uncomfortable to say the least. Just Monyet thinking he can get away with another.
Bro, dalhin kita sa lab, Rujo.
And this
Ikaw na lang magsama pumunta
quick
doon,
adjustment from
Rainier.
Team Secret with the positioning of their op.
Kamo ka pa, hanip ka. Nagim na, intense na yung laban.
Really
Nagim
kill
na.
contract there.
He's pinned in.
Yep.
Flank coming through. Trying to fight his way out of this one here, but Jesse Bash is going to be able to find it. Everything. with them
Nice
against
one,
RRQ
Idol!
already both
Ang lakas mo
timeouts
talaga!
completed.
Magsasoba tayo, no? Magsasoba tayo pag nag-ano ako,
Steal this away.
live coaching na ako sa ano, sa Balo.
Would be the most Team Secret thing ever to just
Yup.
come out today and look very, very strong. They certainly do so far. God,
Magandang
sorry to
gabi,
see.
Taris. Walang maganda sa gabi, AJ, lalo na nandiyan ka.
A lot of these players have looked really sharp. I mean,
We want Lion Tooth Part 3. We want lumayas ka dito.
destroying on this
I
side.
want that shit.
They have to find a way to utilize these. That's okay. For now, dimensional drift to start. Monyet
It's just gonna say
sticking around. Hunter's Fury here from Cushy. Hunting. As Xfero is able to find one. There's a tag. No. Just a big reveal. Wild Oreo Gets a pick on the Jemkin, gets a pick on the Sparrow. Crazy Guy now taken down to 2v3.
Nice.
Reveal is in, but Cushy
Three v two.
snappy with that Guardian shot. Swings out for a little bit more.
2v2. Nice. 2v1. Tanggalin niyo na si Monyet.
Prevent. And he cannot. Team Secret.
Nice.
Up to map point.
Nice team. Good job.
Timings here.
Good
You
job.
see something a little unorthodox from
Match
RRQ.
point
They
na team,
finally try to
match
combine
point.
their ultimates. Use the dimensional drift into the Hunter's Fury, and it looks like they might be able to win it out, but then the battle at window takes a turn. The flank watched nicely by Wild Oreo. Not sure if Jemkin had already lost his shield in an engagement there. Guess is probably... Man, oh man. Just so crisp from Envy.
Yari yan na. Bubo ka na. Bibig na
Jemkin.
Bro,
Still
yung
has a good-
na. Sabihin mo, dog ka. Ganunin mo.
Doesn't seem comfortable on this defense.
Tinatawanan tayo eh. Match points now. Match point.
You go into the gulag.
Yes,
Just go into the gulag.
I agree. I'm right there with you. But my guess is they're saving it for retakes, and they're just not getting there because they're just dying.
You might not have to retake if you go into the gulag and you kill someone.
That's correct. Right there with you. Right there with you.
Wait.
Granted, the weapon that he has, not great as it turns
Quiet.
out for the gulag.
No, it is not the best. But you might not have a choice.
Yagi
Just gotta take a
na.
player out of the equation at the very least.
Para
to try
next
to-
round. Ambakan nyo na. Para ano na. Anli seafood na talaga, team.
Cancelled. Clone.
There it goes.
Inching forward.
Did he get the clone? No.
It's Jeremy. See if he's going to be able to win it. He does. Finds a headshot. Wild Oreo going to be taken down. Crazy Guy able to find two over it. What with
Ay,
the
yan,
Spectre.
yan.
Sparrow
Una
finds
sila,
Jesse
bro.
Bash, and now it's just Envy in a 1v4.
Hindi po.
Breaks the shield. And he is completely and utterly pinned in, and it seems like RRQ are going to be taking this into overtime.
Agol pa ata.
Of course. I mean,
Woo! Here we go, baby!
it's the most
Nice
RRQ
try.
thing ever.
Nice try. Hindi, pero sa atin to.
Ended in overtime.
Idol, kamukha mo si Peona. Ikaw, sino kamukha mo si Santi?
Finally, the gulag pays
Ilang
off.
mukha mo?
Took a while to get there, but better late than never, I suppose.
All right. Overtime. Wild Oreo going for the glass cannon. Some very nice
Hashtag wild
shots
drip. Hashtag wild drip.
from the
Overtime.
attack.
Ano tayo? Okay, kalma. Kalma lang, kalma.
To the overtime.
We need to win this. So we can sangyup and unleash
They're all
seafood.
set up really far back on A here. Okay, now they've kind of made up.
Ano guys, anong mas prefer nyo? Sangyup o unleash seafood? Ako,
how they
seafood.
wanted to organize this round.
Yeah.
Jesse with the early.
Ako na ako
start.
sa sangyup sal eh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and Jemkin.
Perfect.
Snappy is all hell with it. Finds Wild Oreo.
Nakachamba yun.
Glass cannon. No purchase, no value. Jesse Bash is staying tucked back here. Reinforcements nearby from Jeremy just around that corner, but RRQ starting to go ahead and explore other areas of the map.
Nandyan lahat, bro.
Envy
Bro,
behind this
nandyan
door.
lahat.
No
She able to find one, two,
Oh.
down Crazy Guy, finding Envy.
Nakaida si Invi.
Jeremy pushing
2v4.
forward, but it's going to be a
Kaya ba?
way.
De boy si Jeremy. Pag boy si Jeremy, kaya pa yan. Saka si Idol.
For the moment.
Idol
Can't do
Jesse
anything
Bash.
about it, Mon yet. I believe he saw a glimpse there, but his eyes aren't turned back. to the
Depende,
course. It
no?
seems like, no, he has not.
Thought he did.
I could have sworn that he would have been able to spot that out. Either way, facing back into garage, looks for the transfer, cannot find it. Jeremy avoiding the undercut.
1v3 kami yan.
Smoke. A 1v3. No shield, just the wall. Swings and finds the first. Crazy Guy
Nice.
on the floor can send the wall
Ay
and
po.
for a half here. That's exactly what he's going to do. Sticks it to
Eh,
the
eh,
wall. Players out wide in the open.
Sayang.
So RRQ.
Nice
will go
try,
ahead
nice
and
try.
Get themselves up to map point.
Yeah, just great timing from Jemkin. His shield pop.
De,
He's
all
making
pat, all
contact
to.
with the op. Very nicely done, anticipating the swing out from Envy.
Yung tinuro ni Coach.
Push out in the mid by Team Secret that gets just swatted away by RRQ. The attacker's side is where both these teams did all their damage. 9-3 for both of them.
Feeling area.
So it's going to be feeling like who can get that defender side win first. Clear the dart.
Kamay ngay.
Oreo, though, still pushing forward. The full
Come
force
on,
is
bro.
a secret here.
I-all nyo lang.
Just a couple players from RRQ.
All nyo, all
Slowly
nyo.
but surely, Crazy Guy
Please.
sliding in. Throws a smoke to cover Cushy's change of
Please,
position.
team. Remember what coach, what coach say. Okay?
Up, execute.
Remember. Remember,
Fully
team.
committed to this A push.
Remember the inner peace. Remember the discipline.
Okay, well, the shots ring out. Don't think it necessarily saw Wild
Hindi nyo
Oreo,
nakita yung kabila.
but Gunfire will confirm presence.
Yeah, I don't know that it matters too much.
Jeremy, wait lang.
Yoru. I don't think RRQ is going to swing down this ramp. Especially with the time ticking down. Just let your opponents make the first move, and then you can react off of that. You've got
Wait a
the strong
minute, wait a
stand
minute,
right here.
kaping
You can make
mainit.
the read.
Wait a minute, kaping mainit.
Fake out cleared. Couple shots.
Ayan na, nagsisipasukan ako. Okay, nice one.
All of a sudden, Team Secret just stormed their way into the site.
Atin na next
Very
one
little
yan.
damage. And they find themselves
Oh,
in pole
1v5,
position to
1v5.
reset and extend this OT. There you go. Flawless fashion on the attack.
Nice, 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 nice. Maganda, 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 maganda.
I mean, once they made that move, it's just
All.
shooting that clone and not being able to turn it quick enough.
Overtime.
It's kind
We
of
need
the
to, ano,
first domino to fall
We
in
need
that
to,
round.
we need to
Just a
secure
quick
this
collapse on
round.
this defense.
Boys, we
Oreo
need to
doing a
secure
great
this round.
job.
Come on, bro.
That secondary entry right
Tumahimik
behind
muna
Jeremy.
kasi kayo.
They just smash it. Great flash in there. Very nicely
Ate
handled.
Pamura po, king ina mo.
A good read from RRQ. They still couldn't hold the line.
Dami
They
na
still
malas
couldn't get
eh.
back to go. I'm not exactly sure.
Mamalasin na pag nagmumura ako. Lintik ka, Chris, ha?
Team Secret's util hitting different, but
Nadadala ako ng emotion. My feelings and emotions. My emotions are eating me.
On the other side of the wall. Yep, to clear it with the shock dart. Got it. But still, with how far forward you've got a couple players from Team Secret on the A side, they're able to lean towards B and C a little bit more.
Trying to keep it quiet
Papakabuti
again.
na ako. Huwag mo na ako pagmurahin. Lintik ka naman. Request mo naman. Dagdag kasalanan.
Goes out, gate crash across the opposite side. Envy
Please,
pushing
please,
forward
team.
into the
Please.
smoke.
So I can eat only seafood.
WK just raised it to his face though. Jeremy gonna be taken down. It's 2 GEs, only gonna be good for
Oh
one.
no, no.
A 4v2.
2v4. Daw yung isa na yan.
Oreo both
Kaya yan.
approaching. This long angle.
Nakapag-plant.
Wire still holding them in place. Oh, jumpable.
Nakapag-plant.
And he's immediately going to be able to find one. Jesse Bash similarly
Nice.
makes it over the tripwire.
2v3 kaya yan, pre.
Out looking for something there in the corner.
Nako, na-blind siya, bro.
There's going to be one here behind the block.
Okay lang,
The
okay lang.
shots come through, but just a full flash onto himself. Fortunately, does not get swung on. Drags across, finds Crazy Guy, but time's starting to get away from them here.
Nice one.
Again, it's jiggling.
Kabito!
Sight. Jesse Bash swooping forward, able to find one, but the time is just not going to be here
Nice.
for him.
1v1.
Gets over onto it.
Nice.
Go
Idol.
out. No, it's just not
Idol. Isa na lang.
possible. So RRQ once again.
Pero gusto di umabot.
I mean, it's
Ang
just
bulayas naman
brawl
ng
here in
lintik
overtime.
na yun.
Yep, it's just who can execute a little bit better. This
Sayang,
time, Team
ganda
Secret
eh.
almost finds an answer with the jump over the trips at the end, catching RRQ very off guard.
Putik intense, guys. Sasakit ulo ko, ah.
Firepower to break through, but timeout could have been called.
Intensing eh,
Who
intensing.
is it from, though, is the question. It's, I think reasonable from both.
Yeah,
It's going to be RQ, so they want to call this timeout and try to
Come on, bro. We need to secure this win, bro.
map to bed and try to shift over towards Ascent.
kind of curious what they're going to do. A lot of the different things they tried on that attacker side just did not work. We saw a lot of different looks from them. And a lot of different
We need to
ideas from
secure.
Team Secret too. It seemed like Team Secret was just a step ahead. Both teams were on their attacker side, quite frankly, but you know, for RRQ,
Shoutout idol, bagay ka ni
to
Razi.
shut that down. Team Secret
Okay
being
na,
very
ano?
patient a lot of the times. At the
Hindi
beginning of the
mo,
round, they
pero
haven't
iniisip
usually
mong
gone
gawalang
for
yan,
anything too
wag na.
explosive. Does that mean that's an opportunity for you to, you know, try to send Monyet down long C again, find a different way to hold the line at A?
Iba bagay nyo ako, iba iniisip nyo eh. Pwede naman yung bagay na good vibes eh.
When you've tried to go through A sewer, it's been mixed results. It is going to be Monyet.
Guys, we need to tie again. Please, come on, bro. Bro, we need the ano.
Looking for a paranoia angle.
Yeah, some change-ups here.
We need the seafood.
Let's see what the execution looks like, though, from Team Secret. As they look to reset this once again. Monyet pushing forward, gets onto a deep line outside of C. Sparrow try to hold things in. Okay, Envy gonna get caught. 2GE similarly drifting over into this direction. Trying to get the jump on him. He is able to do so. The headshot comes across. Shield now going to be popped. Still pushes up into the cyber cage. Wild Oreo.
Naaga si Jeremy doon.
Finds Crazy Guy. Draw
This one.
timing. As that's Jesse
Please,
back.
please, 3v3 yan, please.
8 left in the mag. The flash went across, getting a full catch there on his face. But Xfero able to drift away, keeps himself safe. 3v2.
3v3 ka yan. Same lang kanina.
Perhaps here from the drone, but Jemkin's there for covering fire.
Hanip.
And now it's down to Wild Oreo. A 1v3. A single kill would give him a dimensional drift. Finds it, but Xfero swings out just in time. 15 to 13.
Nice try, boy.
Hanip. The timeout will bring this Haven to its conclusion. But it's a damn good effort.
Nice try, nice try. Sayang yun. Ang ganda nung laban. Hinabol pa ano. Ang score kanina, P10.
What you saw from Team
P9.
Secret today, bringing in a different comp, bringing in some different ideas. Something that has been a criticism of them.
Nice
this
try,
year
nice
is that
try.
They've kind of just stuck to the stock
Okay, tayo next map.
of what had worked in the past. But this is a very different look. and
Okay,
you can see
mga
very good
magpapa-shoutout
results
muna.
overall.
Shoutout natin.
Neither side really having success on their defending half, but some really cool plays, some really good ideas, some great macro on their attacker sides. And both sides really struggling to adjust. And finally there in that last round, I really like what Ewok was thinking. He was on the same wavelength as me there. Push Monyet out long C, get control of that side of the map. Just kind of work off of that, and then a brilliant outplay from Xfero with that cyber cage into catching Jesse with the drone out. That changed that round big time.
It's very nicely done.
Okay, bakit tayo? Mag-shoutout tayo, mag-shoutout. Wait lang.
They're as this top seed, but still.
Mag-shoutout tayo, mag-shoutout.
Misalignment, he struggles to get a solid read. We saw it on that split attack. We're seeing it a little bit here on this defense, which is why we end up going into that overtime. Need to have those adjustments, especially if you're going to be punching a ticket over towards Toronto and playing against the best that the rest of the world has to offer. So I'm curious to see how things are going to look as we get ready to set. Granted, Team Secret, Haven, it's always been a map that is well within their wheelhouse. The time will tell how they do fare. But we're going to have map 2 coming up here in a bit, perhaps.
Shoutout tayo, shoutout. Wait lang.
No, all I do know is that the
Lubot
analyst is going to
kasi
break down
ako eh.
Haven.
That's right.
Lang yan
A
naman.
little bit of an overtime here.
Sayang yung
Overtime,
round na yun,
and it
boys.
looked like it was pretty competitive here. Team Secret, this is a lot better. This is what we want to see from Team Secret. But of course, RRQ did end up closing out that overtime.
Yeah, I like the comp for them. I like that they're trying to catch
replay.
RRQ off. When I do feel like they understood the comp. I mean, both these teams had very, very strong attacker sides. That is obviously where this composition is at its best.
Shoutout tayo, shoutout.
On their defense. So they did push RRQ the whole way, and I think you have to.
Shoutout, boss.
Once again, RRQ managed to get it over the line, which is good for RRQ. That's something that historically they've not actually been too great at.
Yeah, you saw it. It was actually a nice little lower third coming up as we went into OT. They haven't had a good strike rate in OT, so I think in some of the closer games
Shoutout,
where
Gene
RRQ
Hoby.
usually kind of lets it slip through their fingers, but it was good to see them get the dub here over Secret today. As you said, very attacking side of the game. Does come down to the comp to some see some better setups from some of these teams on the defense is something I love about the way that T1 plays this map. When you get Buzz on the op in particular, moving around on
Minamalas kasi kami guys, buong team minamalas dahil sa mga kamalasan na kino-comment nyo eh. Yung mga kamalasan na kino-comment nyo. Yun ang dahilan at sanhi ng pagkatalo at lag
those
namin.
disruptive setups where your duelists can get involved in the round, and I just didn't really get the sense that there was enough of that from either one of these teams. And I kind of find it shocking in general that Team Secret's, some of their most successful games that we've seen so far have been on this kind of double duelist style where they're throwing Jeremy on an ISO, and then you got Wild Oreo playing kind of that secondary duelist or an opping presence, and that's kind of been one of their go-tos where I don't know whether that is necessarily something that's going to be sustainable going forward.
Matino lang kasi, boys.
Yeah, that's
Para
a
kung
fantastic point.
ng play natin, yun naman, pero pinagtusan nyo, once nagko-comment kayo ng gano'n, pinagtusan nyo.
A little worried, you know, not seeing him
Wag
on the
ganon,
Euro
boys,
in
wag
terms of
ganon.
our frag count here, but you know what? He stepped up and he was great.
He got a lot of openers. He got 7 first kills, so he was definitely taking a lot
Shoutout
of
Idol,
duels,
sana
playing
matalo ko.
fearless and
Kasama
taking
ng
those
ugali mo.
contact approaches, which,
Shoutout
to
ka,
be
gusto mo
honest,
pa matalo.
I think I would probably prefer to see from the Yoru a lot of the time in this comp. You don't agree with that?
I don't mind your ISO doing it because you have that shield. So if you're trying to find that,
Alam mo,
trying
Tinoy.
to like just take space for free, it's good for it to be the ISO because Yoru is able to then support with the util that you have or look to break those traps. I mean, you need to be able to do both to be able to play this comp well. But I think
Ang babalahura ay ang pagmamahal. Uy, nice. Ang talino mo siguro doon, tingin mo.
On that cipher,
No.
you know, continuing to be
Matalino ka na nun,
a
pre.
shining beacon for this Team Secret team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he had a very, very good game, and you can see a lot of these kills on the attacking side as well, where he's able to get involved in the action. He's able to mix things up in the mid-round,
Hindi tayo makapanood eh.
timings, and play with a lot of confidence, where neither one of these teams had particularly great defensive halves,
Hindi,
but it was
try ko na
still
lang ganito.
nonetheless a fantastic game from Envy.
Yeah, that's
Saglit
right.
yung
They
camera
both
ko.
were fantastic here. Jemkin being our map MVP, perhaps not surprisingly. I think he's been the MVP for RRQ almost every single map of stage 1, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he's a beast, you know, he's really the one to watch. You know, we spoke about this
Para
before.
makita ko mabuti
He's
comment
absolutely
niyo.
one of the best players we have in Pacific right now, certainly one of those top jewelers, and he's looking to get his team all the way to Masters Toronto, and you saw no signs of him slowing down today.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, if there will be any slowing down. Secret did pick Ascent as their map pick. This is going to be the map 2 going against RRQ, which you guys have correctly pointed out that RRQ is definitely one of the best here on Ascent so far, especially running this particular
Malupitan na naka-live. Iba si malupitan, bro. Alam ko pareho kaming gwapo, pero malayo naman yung mukha, bro. Malayo.
Every single week. So what do you have prepared today? I mean, the one thing I would hope is that you have a solid anti-strat, because RRQ have, you know, shown plenty of Ascent throughout this year. So I think Team Secret...
Good evening, Lemio. Try mo pag naglaro ka ng balo, yung titi ko gamitin mong barit.
Every week to suddenly picking it, I need to see a very clear reason why. And yeah, it's a little bit confusing from this outside.
I mean, they are the underdog in this series, so they're trying to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary. At the same token,
Kalahula ang
Team Secret some
puta.
credit. They're very good at taking a map.
Hindi ko hawakan yan, pre. Baka matunaw kamay ko dyan.
Good game plans at times. So
Ba? Kung ano-ano sakit ang pwede naming makuha. Mahanip na pa kinakatawan mo na yan.
Multiple times. So this gives an opportunity for Team Secret to prepare another one of
Muse ng TS lang yung Muse ng TS, bro. Mental coach ng TS, hindi Muse. Lalaki.
See what we're going to get from them, but they will have to start out on that attacking side, which again, I asked this question of DFM earlier, playing into the famous Yoru. It's like, what is the read that they're gonna have? Because playing.
Grabe ka na talaga, Madam Leo Mio. Ba't ba Madam, pre?
This dude is
Lang
one of
yata aga
the players
Mariano, ah.
pioneering this agent on this map, although it has seen play in the past, of course, but at the moment he's one of the scarier looking Yorus in the competition. And
Share nyo na
particularly on
yung
this
live
map,
ko.
which is
Pagka
so
sino
annoying.
mag-share,
We're
gagantimpalaan.
going to see him deep in lots of off angles. We're going to see him walk down mid. We see him lock these mains. He loves the operator, and unless you're smart with your util, he's going to be able to find those kills. You can't afford to just walk into him, or things might get out of hand for this Team Secret.
I think there is also a method to this for Team Secret picking Ascent, like you were talking about. That surely, you know, we can't underestimate.
Babae ka talaga. Mukha lang kasi loner lang,
If I
bro.
were them, I would want to test out
Gamitin mo yung utak mo
against
sa
the
mata mo.
best Ascent in Pacific so far. If it's RRQ, I want to test out things not just
Shoutout,
in scrims,
sumuli ka
but
na
on the
para
stage.
makaiwas
We
ka
can play
mura.
completely differently here, and I am curious, of course, how in fact they will end up countering RRQ. You know, we looked into Secret's past on Ascent, and the last time they lost ascent was Pilsky. You want to share?
It's the Australians.
Is he sorry?
You can't be losing to an Australian team. Is that region even good? Like, unreal.
Wait a second.
Lolo, ano ka, girl, boy, bakla, tomboy. Boy, boy. Pangalawa.
Never lost to an
Boy, pre, boy.
Australian.
Never.
Yeah.
Never in my whole life, I don't think.
Fair.
Escort ng TS. Oo, ako escort ng TS. Saka mental coach, ha. Hindi Muse, bali. Ano
Yeah, they absolutely
sinasabi
do,
yung Muse?
you know, that was a close haven there, and I don't think I'm completely surprised we ended up going to an overtime there.
Ano naman
despite
kayong masyado nyo naman binahalatang
here in
balahura
stage
kayo.
one. But for Ascent, I mean, I hope we are given surprises, like our casters were saying. I hope we are getting something, you know, fun. I'm sure they want to cast something fun going into this, and they need to end on a good note.
I feel like Team Secret's just been changing their entire style these last couple of games. Like going into the T1 game, again, they're just running double duelists. Going into the game that you saw just then against RRQ, like, I feel like they really are trying something a little bit different in the latter half, because they were the team that going into the start of kickoff, they were playing stock standard comps. Like Pearl was that Ascent meta comp, they were playing double Eni a lot, and now it seems like they've really gone in a completely different direction.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a fair direction to take things. In this day and age, we're seeing much more double duelist. You know, that's definitely the way the meta is trending, being able to play fast.
Bili ng TS panty mo, wala kang ganun,
I
Trey.
don't mind them trying to
Easy
like, catch
pwede.
up because, you know,
Yeah.
we've criticized this Team Secret in the past for not adapting, for not moving to the new meta. So if they're willing to try this and push this forward, it could bode well for their stage 2, but I think they have to figure it out. You know, I felt like they played a good map 1 there. The double duelists looked solid there.
Yeah.
But just not quite good enough.
Definitely. Do you guys like the shift into the double duelist era?
I
Back
think it's
into
fun.
the double duelist era?
I think it's fun. I think it's, you know, I think players like playing dual duelists. Players like
I love
having
it.
that sort of bit more freedom. And for Team Secret, we're going to see them continue with dual duelist. Jet and Yoru on this map, with Solo Initiator being that Teo. Now I think they're going to have to be very careful of Gem.
Idol, sino po nanalo? Nalobat po kasi ako.
For Jesse Vash, he's going to be
Nanalo yung kabilang team eh. Pero pinagbigyan kasi namin. Gusto namin kasi tatlong game.
To break for Vice, that is one of the strengths of the agent on this map right now. So we'll see how they go. They're going to have a lot of burst on this attacking side, and I think they do need to start out very strongly on the attacking side.
Idol Mio, pa-shoutout. Tigang na mga kasama ko sa'yo. Pag sasapakin mo yung kasama mo.
They attack a lot of these Vice setups with the sheer.
Magmura ka na, please. Malapit na ako.
The more commonly placed kind of positions that you'd be expecting that. So we'll see how RRQ does kind of play around
You're a
with those
weird
setups.
kid.
I'm expecting a little bit of trickiness coming out
Weird
of
kid.
Monjet on the Omen as well. We are going to go into the second map, and we're going to see if Team Secret is going to keep this series going, or if RRQ is going to close this out looking victorious. We're going to send it back to our casters, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank
Wala
you
na
very much.
choices
Here we
yung
go.
boy.
Map 2.
Tatagtado na to.
Solid run back there from the side of Team
Ano
Secret.
girl, bakla tomboy. Walang yaka pala eh. Magpamimiliin mo ako. Wala dun sa ano yung tunay kong anyo.
To start now, we go into their map
Ano ba?
here.
Pag tinanong kita, ano ka? Hayop ka ba o alien? Ayun ang pamimilian mo.
Once again coming through.
Lintik ka o kaya nagkakanda malas-malas kami dahil sa mga katulad nyo.
Oh, this is going to be tricky. I mean, this feels like it has to be a very
Dati ka
execute-heavy
sigurong
style
sindikato,
for Team
no?
Secret. They have to be able to find ways to get past
Walang
that
magandang
Vice until
choice sa sasabihin sa'yo eh.
It's going to be pretty tricky potentially because you don't have a ton of ability to figure out what's going on around you. Only got the single initiator. Ooh,
Oh, game.
Tiny bit of damage taken. Salvo sent. He's just going to fully disconnect all the way back into boats. As a gate crash gets situated, but for now, Thorns will hold them at bay, stop them from advancing forward. Tailwind heard. Envy out here in mid. Has contact about ready to come through. They now know his position. Crazy Guy able to find one Monyet. Looking for a little bit more. Tucks back, narrowly escapes. Keeps his life intact. Jimkin will find one as well. So player advantage, but Monyet, Jimkin both tagged up considerably. He's now set here on A.
Yeah, that almost worked a treat there. RRQ able to barely scrape by.
Jimkin once again backpedaling Monyet. So over here in main. Paranoia at the ready. Waiting for the rest of the team to call for the strike here.
30 seconds left.
It's okay, Jemkin, first one to fall, but Xferro swings the corner, a couple shots through that smoke.
Kaso low na si Jeremy.
The advantage here for the team. Jeremy at 12 health, the Paranoia still in the back pocket, now goes through. 2GE completely blinded up, regains vision. Shots flying, finds the head of one.
Nice.
Now it is all on Monyet.
Ay, nako, buti na. Sana lang yan.
Goes out the first character, or the first
Nice
player
one,
dead.
nice
He's
one,
able
nice
to
one,
do
nice
so.
one.
And Jeremy
Nice
will
one.
persevere. That's going to be all 3 pistols going the way of Secret.
Man, again, they're just scraping by in some of these pistol rounds, but RRQ just a little disjointed to try to get this retake. I mean, Team Secret ahead of the curve a little bit by getting a player up into heaven, throwing them off balance. Yeah, takes down the Yoru. That's a lot of entry power removed potentially, especially removing Jemkin from the equation, a big deal in and of itself. And, you know, Monyet is waiting for them to get to heaven before he can send out the paranoia.
Mag-anti-reveal ka na
And by
po.
the time he's in a spot where the team is in a position that he can do it.
Lumayas ka pre dito. Lumayas ka rito.
Saying, no.
Pektus ka ng pektus ka sa comment section eh.
Oh, Jeremy just knocking down Jemkin.
Yeah, can't jiggle on A main. Great early kill to be found. As Salvos check out over towards Wine. Keep him protected as he goes for the orb grab. So that's going to be 3 charges away from the dimensional drift here for Jeremy. Crazy guy just on the other side of the smoke. A little bit of spam out. A pea shooter in comparison.
Shout out to Vertec Al.
Awareness from Team Secret. That was their own smoke too.
We just
so
need to win, guys.
just being really diligent here.
We need to win
I
this
think,
map.
you know, a lot of
Oh,
boy.
and Cushy not seeing enough there. Ends up getting taken down. Wild Oreo pushing forward.
Nah, kabilaan yun. Wala kang ligtas
Now
dun.
scooped up, Envy. However, still
Nice.
able to find one.
Nice.
Jump in. Nope, not fast enough. Xpero dead. B site opened up. Crazy guy. See if he can find anything, and he does. It's a kill here. Looks for a little bit more. Dancing around these shots.
Nice one.
He dangerously low, but can't.
2-0.
A little bit of weaponry going to be lost.
Giancarlo Sorsona. Shout out to Giancarlo Sorsona.
Yeah, some shield damage.
Giancarlo
done too, so
Sorsona.
overall, not too bad for RRQ, but I'm liking the diligence that I'm mostly seeing from Team Secret. Other than that crossfire setup between the Cubby and the Switch, I think they pretty well accounted for a lot of what RRQ is trying to do in that. You had to think that Team Secret picking this map, you know, this has been a map that we saw RRQ destroy Nongshim and Talon on 13-5 both times. Everybody's been avoiding it against them since. They had to have some good ideas on how they could figure this out. They could maybe take this power map away.
He's got dash at the ready. Wild Oreo. Is he just going to stuff him here with a shorty? He's certainly going to try. Backpedaling though. Monyet is able to find one, but Jeremy chasing up close. Comes away
Nice one,
with two.
Jeremy.
Looks for the opener. As Chemkin
Nice.
crash.
To be
A
3.
bit too slow. A bit too delayed. And now, Team Secret are in a very good position to try to steal away this bonus.
Oh, man.
Get the conversion.
Yeah, dude, they are just on top of the ball. Great flash on the entry again. Just nullifies any of the crossfires RRQ wanted to set up.
Ayun na.
Hello, watching here from Maine. The first shot
Ayun.
wide.
Pag.
Xpero trying to open things up from the door, but
Sana lang si Kushay.
Sights finds the headshot, and that is going to be
13-0 to, bro.
3-0 start for them here on the attack. As Cushy just goes for the save.
Man, oh man. They're going to scoop up some guns. That is going to be some deep pockets for
Good
Team
save.
Secret. Very nicely done there. Just again,
Nag-save.
like I thought with this double duelist comp, you're
Saan kanina panalo na sana tayo, boys, no?
and they are.
Kaso ano,
Doing a great job of it. Monyet getting hit by everything. Nice arc rows. Beautiful stuff.
Really good set little strat there. Reading it incredibly well and executing even better.
ay tayo
One
comment.
carried over rifle in Cushy's hands. 2 stingers, 2 sheriffs.
Eh,
Let's see what the
kaparadyo
adjustments
kita,
gonna be from
sapaking
RRQ.
kita.
You know, you don't want to play retake on this map if you can help it. It's challenging. So you gotta try to slow Team Secret down. And right now, Team Secret's kind of just looking for some aggression. This is kind of similar to Haven, where once RRQ was on the eco, it was wait back and watch, see what their move is. Ping out. towards
0
mid
na
zone.
to. Para kahit nakaisa sila, hindi gaano masakit.
Set up another trap attempted by RRQ, potentially. Cushy though with the rifle.
Hell of a shot, but quickly traded out.
Nice.
Vandal on the floor, looks like can be recoverable from Xfero. He's just around the corner of it. For now, doesn't know if he's going to be able to retrieve it. Doesn't want to swing out. Jumpkin.
Dalawa nakabang lang din eh, oh.
Crazy guy. They just try to cycle
Nice, Invi.
up front. Stinger though.
Nice!
Not going to be able to find that kill. Crazy guy
Ganda.
dead. Just a bit of damage crossing the Wild Oreo, but even then it's not too much. Moniette will be able to finish the job. TP's back over into hell, but Team Secret have every idea
Nice
of
one.
his position.
Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. 13-0 to, 13-0.
3 players still standing. And now 4-0 here for Team Secret.
Loren sa pinya, shoutout sa'yo.
Preparation today for Team Secret, the best we've seen. And RRQ just
Shout out.
to find success on this defender side again. Just like on Haven, they're getting beat at the punch. The aim punch there. Not enough to stop the Jet. Man, Team Secret.
Nice. Yan ba? Yan yung confidence nyo. Sigaw nyo. Dahil trash talk eh.
Not making it easy for the #1 seed from their group. Got some ults. Jeremy. Oh man, Cushy. Only a little damage. Not bad.
Still just feels like it's death by 1,000 cuts, round
Right,
over round.
right.
Every single little advantage, even minute, can snowball into something greater. As Envy from the flash, entry coming through. Jeremy does get shut down, but Wild Oreo now storming his way forward. Weapon drawn out. Cushy eventually able to find the headshot.
Take flight.
One going through, quickly cleared out. Moniette there at boats as well. Gets a spot on the Envy. RRQ looking like they're well prepared to go ahead and get themselves on the board here in round number 5.
Si Idol na tira.
Cushy does a phenomenal job playing for his life, getting into boats, securing that position, setting up for the reinforcements to come. This time they're able to just get enough ahead of the attack of Team Secret.
Cushy just jiggling 2 angles simultaneously.
Naman tayo eh.
Keeping everything covered here, but smoke is out. Jesse Vash, he'll let him know exactly where he is. Salvos knows that any damage he could get would be very nice, but that's a
Nice try, nice try, nice one.
shot.
Oh, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. Malayo sa bituka, malayo sa bituka.
Hunter's Fury.
Malayo sa
First
bituka.
round on the board, but Team Secret still in a very strong position with ults behind.
No doubt. But you are able to win the round.
Shoutout,
where your
Lods.
opponent
Shoutout
uses
sa'yo,
their
Regina
roll. That's a huge
Bartolome.
feather in your
Yan.
cap as RRQ. You know, they try to throw a flash.
Naglalaro ka ba
towards
ng
B-main.
Ninja Copy or Ninja Saga?
The Yorwall
Ninja Saga dati.
stop RRQ. They're able to recover.
Bata ako.
So again, Cushy though. That round, him staying alive, him securing the boats.
Like a fast hit.
Surprise.
Sees the gate crash, but Paranoid up here, running out of knives, and Cushy is able to
Nice
go
one, Jeremy.
down to get the kill. Crazy guy with a peek through the smoke, able to find one more Armageddon at the ready. But suddenly a 3v3. This Team Secret
Dati
game
lang nung bata
fight.
ako lang, War of Mercenaries. Inabutan nyo ba yung War of Mercenaries? Dragon City.
He teleports all
Mga
the way
ganun.
across, catches a glimpse.
Ano ba? Dragon
Damage
City.
in. Confirm the kill. Moniette going to be down to 46. Jeremy, Paranoid, the Armageddon sent. Oh, though, unable to push alongside that one though.
Francisco Bacha. Shoutout sa'yo, Francisco
Secret
Bacha.
Switch is going to get taken down. Jeremy,
Nice one, nice one, nice one, team. Nice one, team.
Keeps Secret
You need to
well
win
above
this map.
water.
Yeah, beautiful
Para
TP
third game.
from 2GE.
Shoutout kay Risben Kiss. Kusun,
Stunts
kusun.
RRQ's ability to try to go for a retake.
Bakla, mas maganda ka pa sa
And
akin.
flashes right out towards Alley.
Pakialam ko sa opinion mo.
Oh my god. A little unfortunate with the knives, but able to bail out your teammate there as well. Nicely done.
Bus eh.
Coordination today looks great. Has to be a timeout.
And timeout, timeout, timeout. Shoutout kay Prince John Cyril.
RRQ.
Prince John Cyril, shoutout sa'yo. Prince John Cyril, shoutout.
Gonna stave off this onslaught here from Team Secret. Felt like maybe some decent disjointedness. Armageddon advancing the other way, guiding it in towards the site, allowing for Moniette to maybe chase in.
Yeah.
Look for picks off the back of the explosions, but
but I
Just
think
gets held back. And,
Idol pa shoutout kay BN Mark,
I think part of that is 2G.
Kayong Gayong at kay Bervian Valerio. Yan. Shoutout sa inyo mga bro.
I think it's
Nakapag-T-type ka na. Lakang silver, Cyrus!
didn't seem like, you know, RRQ was quite aware
Hindi lang
it
tektosan, no?
would be that
Ang ganda na
quick
ng
to be
takbo
able
ng
to
laro,
get that
oh.
result. So, a lot of things just kind of going sideways for RRQ on these defenders.
Game.
Team Secret
Don't lose the, guys, ha?
so quick again.
The
This
momentum.
round,
Huwag
though,
niyang
finally,
hayaan
it's
makuha
gonna
nila yung
be one of those
momentum.
fast hits. Maybe RRQ's going to try one of their own. Paranoia off the rip. With some
Benson
combos to back this up.
Portuguese. Shoutout kay Benson Portuguese.
for that swing out, but
Teka, kailan may
shoved back away by a
maano tayo rito eh.
Jesse Bash. Steel Garden available here for the side of Team Secret. Fury as well as a Dimensional Drift at the ready for RRQ if they can find
Kapag time first kasi eh.
timing to
Medyo
utilize.
kinalma yung betlog nila dyan eh. Shoutout kay Rainier Alburo.
It's not much info for RRQ here. Do have the wall in mid.
Shoutout kay Rainier. Ayan, Rainier Alburo.
Gonna use the decoy there.
Shoutout kay Daniel. Ano brand ng vibrator mo? Walang yaka Dexter. Lang yaka ang balahura ka.
Some pressure. As
Nice one.
Walurio pushing forward. Monyet here at tree. Gonna be taken down. Smokes your paranoia. Now
Don't
Vaughn
run!
to go up and over the tops. So she able to find
Kachamba pa yung
She's looking
kusay
at
na yun.
second.
Nice one, Jeremy. Nag-iinit ang tumbong.
Absolutely on a tear. 11-4-2 here at the moment.
In zone siya ngayon, in zone.
2v4.
Idol, yung karamihan na nanonood sa inyo ngayon nang babalahura na lang sa... Simulat sa akin, balahura na. Tinan mo nga, bro, matambok ba yan? Tira ulo ka, Rainier.
Let Jemkin go and see if he can do any more damage or maybe scoop up a gun, but there's none on the ground that are going to be found.
He'll just drift away. That timeout call not meaning a damn thing here for Secret. Shrugging off the pressure. Jemkin going to go on a push. Trying to see if he can find some value here, some impact, but instead
Nice
he's going to
one.
find
Last one, last one, last one.
As it's
Nice.
6-1 the lead. Team Secret.
6-1, tambakol.
Just
Tambakan nyo na, boys, para next map na.
No other way to put it.
Para sausage party na.
They're just at every twist and turn.
Seafood
Feels like
party
they have a
pala.
really good read on
Seafood
some of the
party, seafood
tendencies of
party.
RRQ. You know, they seem to be playing patiently against the ecos every single time. This time again.
Gian Carl, shoutout kay Gian Carl.
Engaging util, waiting it out. They get the drone to come out. That's when they decide to put some pressure towards the A site. Now maybe another fast hit B, Spike already in hand. But a TP in the back. Salvos to clear the util at the front. Just some jump peeking.
Kamukha raw tayo, di ako papayag.
Wild Oreos there.
Pagka tinanong mo ako, payag ako. Baka lugi pa ako pag kamukha kita.
Letting Jemkin get those gears churning.
Nope.
Completely shut down in this map so far.
Shoutout sa'yo, Aga Mariano.
Been a little bit of an up and down kind of situation.
Diana Yu. Shoutout sa'yo, Diana Yu.
Absolutely, generally very, very good. He's had a couple maps. He's been a little bit off.
Usually hasn't been the Euro. It's
No.
usually been
Bro, tingin mo
very
sino
consistent
mananalo?
now, but
Secret.
Steel Garden going to be sent out. 2 players stacked up
Nakalis ka na sa
here.
history yan.
It's Cushy sending out a shock dart. Exit out of Dimensional Drift. Xfero able to find one. Crazy guy, I don't even know if he realized that his teammates just tied behind him. That they had a trade out, but Envy.
Nice one. Gigil na gigil ang tumbong ng mga player ko ngayon.
Oh my.
Monyet now. Last one standing. 1v3, even if he gets the clutch.
Ako nang tawa kanina, hindi kasi munyet.
Suffered so many losses.
Munyeta ka ha?
Straight through the wall. Almost certainly result in a kill here. Angles are being watched.
Lagi nakalikod.
Envy
Nice one, nice
finds
one.
an unexpected timing. 2 players surviving. Cash a
Kung
play.
nanalo Tears,
Team
magpapaparty ako. Oh, mamaya
Secret
magpapaparty ka
looking to
talaga.
send to map 3 in very
Nananalo
short
kami
No
eh.
kidding. And now you have a big question. As RRQ, do you...
Permission lang po. Kung pwede po kita ipakwento ulit kay DJ Rocky. Tawa
I mean,
ka na ba
X
sa
Sparrow there got a
buhay
nice
mo?
double, but right on the edge of the smoke got
Humingi ka ba
bumped into by Envy.
ng permiso para
Easy for the first.
tirain
That
na
second
naman
was lined
buhay
up
ko?
for him.
Gawin mo gusto mo.
Yeah, I mean, they're so on point. The early util has been very, very good to deal with the Vice stuff. This was something that Desk was talking about, and Team Secret is so well drilled for it. We saw the clone to deal with the wall. We're seeing the Tejo util clearing out.
Pa-shoutout nga,
Some
baka
of the
pagumbugin
thorns.
ko kayo
A
ng
lot of these
asawa.
things are being well accounted for by Team Secret. They've done their
Alam mo
homework on this
talaga may
map.
asawa eh, no? Hindi ka pa nga,
Again, you can just
ka pa nga ata
throw that clone
nagpapanti,
out.
may asawa ka na?
Just see if you get lucky if they put it there again.
Nangiya
He's
ka
actually going to
naman.
use his body there as Jeremy. Go checking for it. He's going to pop it. And TP's out. So over towards 2GE. He's got two players lined up against the wall. Again, some trickery on the ecos. Will this one catch RRQ off guard?
Double face in
Nice one.
very quickly.
Nag-iinit
Yeah,
talaga
not
itong
yet.
eh.
Just going to be cycling this smoke as the gate crash goes forward into the site. Salvo's not checking into wine, but Jeremy is. And it just
Ginagawa
another
mo.
shot sent out as he stays alive. Great crash spotted. Fake out, rushing forward, gun barrel spotted. Crazy guy able to find the one, but Wild Oreo, I mean, it's just in so deep. He's taking forward space here in heaven with the op. Sparrow.
Mag-isa ka na naman, bro.
Does manage to find
Nice one
one
in.
kill,
Nice
but
one in.
it's taken
Nice
down.
one.
Another round. Another
Shoutout
secret
kay
win.
Chad
8-1.
yan.
Yeah.
Timeout now called.
Napag-order ka na ba
Yeah,
ng T55? Sira ulo ka pa,
It's just-
pre.
Starting to be too much.
Huwag niyo i-bully si Miho, mga usbaw kayo.
Secret so far.
What is usbaw? Bossing Eman. Ano yung usbaw?
They are just looking great with these double
Carlo
duels, Tom.
Santelices at Chan Sabanal. Shoutout sa inyo
impressed
mga
right now
bro.
with Team Secret.
What is usbaw?
Be a sign of
What
things
does
to come
usbaw
for them
mean?
coming into stage 2. They're going to be showing us some new looks. The confidence is just brimming today. From the get-go.
I mean, that's the thing.
Mga ulaga sa Batangas, okay. Minti ka mga ulaga kayo, ha?
You can pick up a win, not have the flawless
Yeah.
losses
Right.
here in stage 1, but show that, yeah, okay, we are iterating, we are trying new things, and it's starting to look better and better. And with even more time, it could be scary.
Oh, for sure. And
For
no,
RRQ, though, you're looking to say, hey, yeah,
Ano
we're the
sa
number one
mga
team in
yun?
this group,
right.
and we're looking to do some damage in the playoffs. But this is gonna maybe cause some concerns as well as shoot the confidence a bit.
Well, and think about what just happened with Boom, right? Like they just set the stage. They're
Yep.
like, we're another Indonesian team.
They're 5-0.
Yep. And you,
Can't catch that.
right, we beat the other team that hadn't gotten a win. On to you guys. Good luck. Team Secret is just so
Let's focus,
strong right
focus.
now.
8-1 na eh. Wag na, hindi ko na kailangan magbasa pa ng mga kabalawrahan, baka malasan, mapektusan
They're
pa.
kind of spamming that angle, anticipating that he's going to be in mid. I mean, not the biggest shock in the world. They're going to line up. They've got a lot of util here to
JL San Juan, yan. Shoutout sa'yo. Okay ka na ba? Okay ka na?
as they went to clear the drone. They got him. They got him.
Cannot get a damn
Nice
thing
one,
for
Toge.
free.
Oh my
Lahat
god.
nag-iinit ang
so many
tumbong eh.
plans.
Hashtag Team Secret, then share my live, guys.
They're
Share nyo
anticipating
live.
that. They're going to have a player to clear that
Currently,
drone
56
position.
share pa lang tayo, so gawin nyo 100 yan.
Unbelievable.
We talked about having to play around this operator. Granted, Jimkin, I mean, no one realistically on RRQ has been finding impact.
No.
But Jimkin especially not being nearly as explosive as we're used to seeing, as we were seeing from him on that ISO in the opening map. Now that he has the operator in hand, they're looking to completely nullify it.
Saw the
Push
elbow.
forward. Yeah, should have been able to spot it out there. As Armageddon goes up to try to clear out this A-Have in position. Wild Oreo, he just peeks out. He's the one swinging. Jemkin's the one dead. Pushing from behind, second pump of the shorty. 2GE finds Manya.
Please, putik. Binasabala kang eh, no, sa likod.
This is done.
Ako pa ginabahan para sa kalaban eh.
Yeah.
Tinalikuran eh, binira sa likod.
May well be out of hand. And we did see the comeback from the 9-3 for Team Secret on Haven. So you never know, but it is a scent. I mean, they're checking
Xfero, if you beat this. Okay.
Hanip na yun, pinatagal pa.
Yes.
Nice one.
Escape from Pizza does get taken down. As oh, this is getting awkward. Looking for the stun setup. We'll be able to go ahead, clear that out. Saves the operator. Crazy guy doing his
Nice one, 9-1, 9-1, 9-1.
Trying to give them any possible advantages.
Wala na natin map na to, sure ako. Wala na natin map na to, nararamdaman ko na yun. Next map, ambak ulit.
Be played out here in the
Kung RRQ
Absolute
ambak.
insanity.
Shoutout kay Lawrence Gabriel na ag.
Drones just bait.
Gigash
So
para sa
many little
puwet.
things they're doing to just mess with RRQ's tendencies. And this has got to be mega concerning for RRQ. Because Team Secret is showing what you can
Thank
do.
you, Jailson 1. Ikaw yung nanalo na ano, di ba? Okay ka na ba?
Well, you know, again, we'll see. If it's 9-3, maybe, but any more rounds for Secret, it feels like it's just joke.
Okay lang, guys,
I
ha?
mean, they haven't been able to get a pistol out.
Eh,
No, exactly.
Not something you can realistically rely on. Hunter's Fury opened up here from Cushy, knives out from Wild Oreo, and that's Crazy Guy on the floor. Again, it does get sent, but Wild Oreo able to find another one as Jeremy does get taken down here. Ult kill from beyond the grave from Crazy Guy. Spike gonna be picked up. Mind you, Envy, a world away. And it looks like he's exactly where he may need to be. The Spike is starting to get ushered over.
na-delay.
As they have Wild Oreo set up in deep.
Ang ingay kasi sa ano ko eh.
Updrafts up over the top.
Yan, nabura ko na. Natanggal ko na yung
Takes him low.
spammer.
Will be able to take him down.
Chats.
The Spike is slipping.
TS ba Pinoy? Oo, all Pinoy yan. Kita mo ako, Pinoy din ako. Na mukhang Koreano na...
Patiently, can he play it? There's one. There's two.
Ano?
Collects them both. Looks to the third. Cannot make it happen. Jemkin.
Tambakol, oh. Ganyan sana, ano. Tambakol.
Plays it quietly. Salvos. Send Jemkin in ahead of these. Does Jesse read this? Maybe, perhaps, but does not matter. Jemkin with a headshot with the 4K. Gets activated here when they need him the most. And RRQ will be able to get themselves a second round win. Looks like maybe running the clock a bit to have a bit more chatter.
Yes, that's what I'm pretty sure just happened. I think they wanted to use this as a moment to take a breath, talk about some of these things that are going on.
Eto seryosong tanong. Kung meron man sa kahit sinong streamer na idol nyo, sino gusto nyong makakolab ko?
Yeah.
Ay, magandang topic. Kasi,
You're gonna need stuff like
na,
that,
na,
yes.
ano na eh.
This is almost
Nakuha na ng mga bro ko yung
I thought he was gonna get the
coaching
third for a
staff
second.
ko. Tawa nga, matik panalo na, tawa ng tawa yung kanina na yun.
As though the operator can't be carried over.
Sino?
They're lacking that, and there's an outlaw in the hands of Wild Oreo, and you've got 4 players with half armor.
Lexilor.
They're just seeding mid-control
AJ Rabal.
just playing for the
Johnny Sins.
mains of each side of the
Amara, ayoko, Amara. At parang natatakot ako ron eh. Parang ayoko.
Let's see what they want to do.
Parang natatakot ako.
Thinking about setting up the teleport.
Parang kinakabahan ako eh. Kay Ma'am Amara.
Jump peek. The class.
Nakabahan ako, ayoko. Iba na lang.
I swear, you should only be able to do that a couple times, and then you get like the concuss
Yeah, that would be good.
status, you know?
I'd like that. It is kind of ridiculous.
Okay. Steel Garden. Crazy Guy, weapon stolen away, stun flying towards him as well. Falls at the shorty. Meantime, Envy, bit of damage taken. As Monyet paranoid here, but working within his own smoke. Does that expire? 2G.
Ano piling magtampon? Malay ko ba? Anong mo sa nanay mo? Bugok
TP reposition. Draws out the shorty. And
Wala,
Monyet
wala,
massacres
wala lang.
him. Oh boy.
Lintik ka.
Sure. He's only looking to cut the lead down by a little bit.
Eh,
That
maubos
was
pa ni
still
Togi ito.
very clean on the movement.
No, that was nasty.
2GE will not die to an ace.
Nagbasa lang ako, yari na naman ng mga punyeta.
That RRQ close out the last round in. 9-3.
Shout out kay Prince Gian Resuelo. Yan.
And need to pull off. One Team Secret was
Yung
able to do
favorite
just about
napkin.
over on that Haven.
Yeah,
Pero
brilliant.
seryoso, sinong gusto yung ano, yung mamit ko. Kasi mga idol ko talaga. Sinabi ko naman na top 3 streamer ko, diba?
And then just swaps to the
Loco,
shorty.
Razi, Alodja.
That's a classic Monyet moment right there.
That's some lunacy. But even then, You heard it at the end. A huge
I
play like
already
that.
meet, I already meet Susie Zor, which is isa sa mga,
And at the end of that, it was just like, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
isa sa mga influensya din ba't ako naging streamer. Yan, mga pinapanood ko ba.
On Ascent, nonetheless. I mean,
Great
it's
to
not
pet.
too often that you see this be an attacker-sided map.
Genesis lang yan naman, Genesis. Huwag naman.
Certainly
Tony
was, but
Paul,
it's a little more
streamer,
understandable.
guys. Gaming, hindi content creation na
Over
YouTube.
to Ascent.
Focus on streaming tayo.
The attacker side. However,
Gaming kasi gusto ko talaga gamers, hindi puro sugal na dito.
for the side
Puro
of
sugal na rin
Team
kasi,
Secret,
no?
that can be a little tricky to navigate. Again, you're gonna have to take a lot of contact with your body as Secret. Something they were able to do brilliantly because they had some really well-prepared executes and just some good reads on the
Shoutout kay
play of
M.
RRQ.
Sugatan yan.
Here on the
Kaya
defensive
Aziz,
side,
sana.
you have the Vice Util and you have the Stealth Kill,
Malay nyo.
and that's about
Malay
it.
nyo.
And the Overwald, I guess.
Brass size Altera. Bakit yung sa'yo, di mo alam size ng iyo? Malit siguro.
Pistols have eluded RQ thus far today.
Sana. Basta top 3 ko. Gloco, Razi.
Secret, and it feels
And
they're able to
Alodia.
secure themselves a fourth. This map
And
is as good as
yun
done.
na. Okay na ako.
Again, sliding forward here into the smoke. We'll find one.
Kasi na-meet ko na yung mga, na-meet ko na yung idol ko eh.
At the same time, Spike ushered across towards
Dati,
B, and
ang top
they're
5 ko talaga,
sticking around here in main.
Gloco, Razi, Alodia, Shay.
Fake cell in a way.
Oh, and that is
Yung
a
isa,
bit of a
Kapitan
headshot.
Pugo. Idol din yan, si
Down to 13.
You see
top 5
Jeremy,
streamer.
I think so, but
doesn't matter.
clearly is wary about it. Drone coming forward, just going to get cleared out in the meantime. Envy taking contact over here at B main, ends up falling to the wayside, but not before he's able to find Moniette. 3v3. Vash at 13.
Surely this is
Still-
RRQ's pistol, right?
Oh, Xfero.
Cosplay mo si Jinx. Puta rin siya, pagagastusin mo na naman ako. Ang mahal-mahal mag-cosplay, lintik ka eh.
Yeah, Jesse's trying to look for it. He's very suspicious.
Kilala
because
mo
the
si
drone
Doc
saw
Z? Hindi eh.
Xfero earlier.
Wrecker, hindi naman na ano si Wrecker pre. Hindi naman na streamer yan eh.
Just going to play in towards Alley.
Or sugal na kasi sila. Nawala na talaga yung nag-i-stream
Arrow's gonna be
dito.
sent. Paranoia connecting on the crazy guy. Jesse Bash peeking out from market, able to find one. Still though, the players, such little HP, 31 between them all. But is it enough
Agu!
to get it done?
Nice one, nice one,
Absolutely
nice one.
is.
Kala ko,
The
ano
Shooting
lang
Sparrow
sila
did
lahat
not
oh.
find the target.
Daw lahat to, si Toge, Jeremy, saka si Idol Jesse ba siya?
Pistols 10-3 in the map. Team Secret, they are looking to send us a Lotus.
No doubt. I mean, hard to do it better than Team Secret in that scenario. Just no health, just have to play with confidence. Just
Cosplay mo si Tony Paul.
make sure you hit first, and they do.
Si Kuya Spicy po sa Wild Rift.
And again,
Si Kuya Spicy yan, solid yan. Nakakista yan eh.
That there's going to be a lurk, and he is.
Basta, hintay mo JL, may makikita ka na lang.
That's huge. 9 kills, the most that anybody on RRQ can boast. They're not going to buy up. Going for the classics. Judge in their face.
Puts it to immediate
Nice,
effect.
puto alam pa yun ha.
Spam out one
May
for
jump,
the
nag-jump,
Thorns.
jag-jump pa, sabay bagam.
Place Moniette has the judge now in hand, 23 HP, it's gone. He will fall, Xfero coming away with another.
Nice one, nice one, nice one, team. Last two, team, last two.
Storming away still. 11-3.
Ang pangin ng mga streamer, puro sugal na.
Definitely feels like we're going to a third map here.
Yep.
Ewan ko ba, boys? Yung mga video ko, puta, na pagdidelete ko yung iba, pero yung mga sugal, nandyan lang eh. Ang unfair lang eh.
At the door.
Ang unfair!
Some teams' problems. Great job by Envy. Playing a little bit further back there. Anticipating that Moniette had disrespected the
Easy.
Surviving.
Ay, kalmado ba kasi si Inbi? Dapat ganun kay Inbi nang tatrash talk eh.
Through. Team Secret. Coming through.
Top 5 best players sa Wild Rift. Leo Mio, Leo Mio, Leo Mio, Leo Mio, Leo
Gotta
Mio.
get it going now if it's gonna happen. Oh, that was good. Caught a
That
mid
was.
dash.
We're going to take it down. Ping
Only
out.
Leo Mio.
Jesse Bash. Position reinforced here by Envy, but swing onto the corner, able to find one. And Jemkin, snappy on the turn, does pick up the third.
Bro, ML naman laruin mo. Di ko na nga kailangan mag-ML, bro. Kasi kita mo naman yung mga magnanakaw ng content ko. Ang pinapakat na gameplay sa baba. ML!
And he will. Monyet taken down now. Vandal scooped up.
Christian Salgado. Shoutout sa'yo kay Christian Salgado. Yan. I love you. Thank you sa 100 star.
This round, he's basically playing with house money.
Guys.
Fully dodged the dart.
Cannot avoid detection.
Roselyn send nudes. Ay,
Rishi, spotted.
utaragis ka. Ikaw muna.
And spray out that
Bagong
crazy
to.
guy. We'll go ahead and
Roselyn pangalan. Nagpapasend ng bugok ka. Ikaw muna.
win.
Yep. Well,
Pick
it's going
kaya.
to be a lot more of that. Now you're getting the buy-ups. It's just a bulldog for Jeremy.
1v1 tayo balo. Pag natalo kita, boyfriend mo ako. Pag nanalo ka,
God, that's so good.
boyfriend kita.
Nice combo there with the stun and the shock dart.
Pipiling ko
Good
kasi
reaction from
ano.
Jemkin, anticipating a player to swing out from market.
Babandaling ko ulo mo.
That basically feels like it should be round over. Jemkin
Kahit
getting a
saan
3K.
dun, lintik ka. Wala akong gugustuhin eh.
Have a couple ults though. Dimensional Drift and Crazy Guys Armageddon.
Heavy stack here. As they're looking for a double push out. Crunch attempt here in the main. RQ able to avoid it.
Hi, Maika. Yan, nandiyan na si Madam Maika. Hi sa'yo, Madam.
Opportunity. They want to get that Armageddon out of the way.
Mamaya, gusto niyo ba mag-live pa ako mamaya ng laro?
Cute. Not gonna be
Pagod na kasi ito. Kanina may quiz ako eh,
wild
quiz.
Oreos there.
Hindi tunog alarm
Worried about a
ko.
wide player. They ping it out. Don't wanna
Ayop.
fully aggress.
Ay, puro balahura kasi napapanaginipan ko. Di na tuloy ako nagigising ng
It looks
hype kasi
like
kayo.
there's another
Sinira niyo buhay ko.
in the main, and they've opened up the space. They've confused the secret here.
Ay, 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 ay.
Give it a bit. Start tuck to tiles.
Sira buhay ko ah.
2GE now at risk of getting caught, and he shall.
Di ko na nga kailangan tol mag-Mobile Legends.
Meantime here, as Jeremy trying to break it open, will be able to do so. Finds that kill, gets a weapon upgrade, brings it back to parity at a 4v4. Thrown over the top, spotting Envy, spotting Wild Oreo. Go gained on the two. Shock dart a little bit wide.
Huwag niyo nang
That one.
kukutin.
Decent amount of damage going to be suffered there as Jeremy stunned up here into the open, ends up falling.
TV4.
Armageddon respected there by Envy. So now trying to make their way forward to try to get this crunch going here on the side. The shot's starting to fly in, but Monyet keeps himself alive, finds the final two.
What is that, bro? Paano hindi namatay yun?
Scoop up a fifth win now. Still a long way to go though.
Saan naman?
6 just to tie it.
Never know.
PM St. Lodi, ano gagawin ko, Roselyn?
Player X Pharaoh
Tira ulo to.
probably feeling like he should have had that fight against Jeremy, but all as well as that ends well. Nice crossfire from Hell. But they're finding good timing, starting to get a better read as Crazy Guy on the macro game. That time he just bought the open space with some good pausing. Waiting out the util. This is gonna be fast.
Oh, flash over the top, the jump out. Jemkin absolutely shredded. He's by himself.
Bro, secure na natin yung map na to,
Oh
bro.
my.
Envy
Nice.
demands
Bang!
some respect.
Ay, ang galing mo talaga. Ay,
As
jump
Team
ka.
Secret
Ganun mo
looking
na.
at the map point.
Lamang na kayo
Tackle
eh.
the Thrifty. Remember what I said? Nothing for free.
No.
2 huge shots. And a botched execute from Jemkin over at A main. And Envy finds himself a third. Crazy Guy now needing to clutch it out. Falls down to about half HP. His flashes, paranoia is all flying his way. Fights back for one
Wala,
more kill.
madadali pa
Nothing
sila. Nice,
more.
nice.
Thrifty
Match point, match
secure.
point, match
Team
point.
Secret 12-5.
This is awesome. I mean, Envy.
Match point, match point.
To play today. This is just, you know, Jemkin again trying to make a solo play at A like we saw in the pistol round.
Ano yun?
And it's just shut down because Team
Try
Secret's
mo
throwing
super
numbers is
ace.
the problem.
Ha? Ano yun?
And then they try to challenge.
Try mo super A, loads,
Yeah, well, yeah,
spin
they throw
agad
Envy as the
paldo
problem
yan.
on the other side. They try to challenge.
Ikaw, kung gusto mo masira buhay mo, ikaw na lang na, huwag mo na ako idamay. Puro balawura na nakikita kong komento, sira na lang buhay ko. Gusto mo pa akong pagsugalin. Ikaw na lang. Saan mo buhay mo, saan mo pamilya mo, saan mo bahay nyo, saan mo lahat ng titlo ng lupa nyo, pati motor mo. Okay? At ipisigyan, ilaw, dingding, inagbenta mo.
That's all well and good. You have the spike, but you don't have a site to plant it in.
Intik ka. Idol, nalayo nyo na ba? Wait mo, wait mo.
Stacked ones as there's the drone.
Alaruin ko yan, Angelo.
Pressure him out of the corner. Jesse Bash does get taken out. And V just popping the thorns, trying to pretend like he's not here alongside the switch. RRQ, do they get the read to cut across and go to the B site?
Because he had Envy right at the door. He didn't receive any contact. Yep, you're going to be very aware.
But the pings are coming out.
Yep.
Team Secret reading this incredibly well. As Jemkin about to have a bit of a fight here in mid. Two players turns around, and it looks like he's been spotted out. A pixel out of place.
Spike planted.
A gate crash just there in the corner
Enemy remaining.
as he will fall.
Nice.
Cycle get defused, 13-5. Team Secret.
Nice.
Dominant
Next
here
round.
on their
Next map.
And that means that we are going the distance for this last series of the group stage. We are going to Lotus.
Yeah,
Jan Sanchez hindi bro eh.
loud on the stage.
Hindi ko kasi ano eh. Hindi ko pwedeng pagsabay-sabay niyan. Sasabog ang ulo ko. Kahit saan community naman kasi ako pumunta. Iba kang momentum ko.
It seems like they're constantly catching them in bad positions, catching them off guard, understanding the macro play more often than not.
Next map tayo, okay? Para maboost ang confidence ng Team Secret, guys. Ng team ko. Hashtag Team Secret, then share nyo na yung live natin. Okay, 73 share na tayo. Pabutin nyo na 100 yan. Ang damot nyo naman.
It's very much, finding the impact here for the team. But, it's across the board, looking good. Team Secret stick with this double duelist. They play it incredibly well. And RRQ clearly from the outset, completely and utterly frazzled. No idea how to deal with this, nor on the, neither on the attack, nor on the defense.
I mean, sure, this isn't what you prepped for. I mean, you weren't expecting this from Team Secret. You're expecting maybe something pretty standard. But this is a little bit off script, and yeah, it definitely wasn't anticipated well. The game plans behind it just weren't quite there. I'm sure RRQ has another run at this comp and they do something completely different, but today, Team Secret knows that they've kind of got them in a bad spot where they can show something wildly different than what they've shown all year, and it's going to work a treat.
That certainly has. We'll see what they have prepared, if anything different for that map of Lotus. Third and final going to be coming up. But one of the things
Idol, ba't makakang burat
to
yan?
win a damn pistol.
Pogi mo,
But then we'll go ahead and
Francis.
send it back over to the analysts to break down the action.
Ooh, yeah, they definitely need to figure
Guys,
out those
comment
pixel
down
rounds.
below ano
They're
pag gusto nyo laruin ko.
amazing on Ascent. This is the kind of performance we wanted to see from Secret all year.
We asked the question, why would you pick this map against RRQ? We were bamboozled by this map draft, and they showed us exactly why. They come out with this double duelist, they get the ball rolling in that first half. Honestly, very impressed with them.
Yan, bro, alat ang galit na yung TS eh. Tingnan mo naman yung galaw, oh, grabe. Alam mo kasi bro, ang gigigilan nila, tinatawanan nila kanina eh. Yari mo sa amin yan.
The rest of the team included in that, and we've seen this from Secret from right the start.
Laruin mo to.
Whenever they pick a map, they show a really good approach, they show really good preparation, and they do win games exactly like this. We've seen them 13-5 Talon, we've seen them smash a lot of teams this hard. So again, Secret are showing that when they have a good approach, they have a good read, they can definitely do this. And actually, I don't mind the comp. Again, it seems like Double Duelist has been a good fit for them, but we've even seen this combo on the DRX that was very successful work very well, and I felt we saw a lot of the same trends on their attacking side, where you had the double dive, you had the Yo creating a lot of space, you had a lot of great jet entry pathings, but also a lot of kind of warp contact into explodes, finding a lot of potential timings on the map. But also I was very impressed with their ability to win opening duels on the attacking side. And
we need to win this next map, guys, no? Para ano, Aldo, kain talaga ng seafood.
Fragging wise from Jesse Vash, but every time I saw one of the players or a certain setup from RRQ that they were trying to prep to get opening kills.
Share nyo live natin, share nyo live natin, share nyo live natin. Ang mag-share, ano,
were so effective.
hindi na babalisaw sa win.
Like they use the salvos in mid on attack, they use it to dominate A main control. Wherever the opening part of the round was going for Team Secret, the Teo utility was perfect just to be able to minimize risk for them.
Yeah, I really love the double duelist in this round, honestly. I mean, we have some replays that we can go into, but I feel like on the attack, they really understood this composition. When you're on double duelist, you need to take as much space for free as you can to then have that powerful burst, and they could routinely find this
Pandemic
space.
Yeah,
days.
Jemkin was getting first pick quite a lot this game when he was very,
Alam
very
niyo
good at
dati,
finding openers. And what they do after this is just keep it
dati wild
simple.
grip
You
talaga
get
yung
the
main,
pick,
main ko yun.
simplify the 5-on-4 by
Kwentuhan
just
ko lang kayo
starting
ng
with the
journey ko
drone,
nun.
and then you get the Yoru ult coming out with the ult
Wala
combo
talagang
that's
ganap
still
sa
going,
wild
and
grip
it's not too
nun.
difficult to get into the site from there.
Ang
they
stream
get-
lang ako
they
ng
get a lot of
stream.
free space from the op kill. They group up and then now
Kaya
it's
try ko
five
lahat
on two
kung
on
may,
site. So that's how they
may
pressure
ano
and
mga
use
tournament
their
na share
advantage.
talaga.
I feel like they just understand how to
Yan,
make this
maganda
work so
flow.
consistently
Magandang
on
flow
the
ngayon ng
side.
wild
Very,
grip.
very impressed from them. So
Kaya
now,
supportahan nyo
I
lahat
wouldn't
ng
be surprised if
streamer
they
ng
don't
wild
be
grip na
bored.
nakikita nyo or any
really
streamer
like
na
the
matino dyan. Supportahan
Yeah,
nyo.
well done from Jeremy.
Ang yung
Again,
balawra
this
yan.
seems to be the go-to for Team Secret. Throw Jeremy
Nabalawra nyo
on
kasi
the
ay
Archelon
iba
that
Putin
has
nadudurog
him
ang
on, whether it's the ISO,
mental
in
health.
this case the Yoru, and then throw Wild Oreo on that agent that has an opping presence, in this case the Jet, and even on the attacking side, just being able to hold lines, hold angles, and be able to kind of lock down those lines is something that's a little bit underrated. It's a little bit out of the meta. You used to see it a lot of the time when this game was in its very early stages and people would mix in the op onto the attack just to be able to stop
Sino ba
the
number
defenders
one
from getting
streamer
like
nyo?
an info denial and
Sino
aggression
number one
kind of
streamer
punishing
nyo bukod
ball.
sa akin?
Yeah, map by map, track by track. Is TS back in the game?
Yeah, I don't see why not. That was a dominant map.
Okay.
I really
I
liked it.
feel like that wasn't the reaction you were wanting.
No, I wanted to see what you guys are going to say. I do want to highlight
Sino,
one
sino,
little
sino?
moment from RRQ where we thought maybe things could have turned around. And it was Monyet. It's Monyet doing Monyet things. He's hiding the smoke here and killing people.
He loves this. Honestly, he's one of the best players I've seen at playing around his smokes.
Oh,
He
bro.
always has this shorty ready. I mean, he's a real pleasure to watch, Monya. I feel like he's so fun. That 4K was really, really nice. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
hard not to love the guy.
That was the only reason I just wanted to highlight that again because it's fun. We haven't been seeing him pop off stage one, even though RRQ's been looking really good, and in a way, it's good. It means he's controlled, he's doing what he needs to do, he's doing his role, but sometimes I kind of miss the craziness where he's just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do whatever I want here.
I want to see you channel your whimsy,
Yeah.
Monya. That's what I want to see.
Exactly.
I don't want to see boring business corporate, Monya.
Exactly.
I want to
Ties
see...
are off.
Yeah, I want to see whimsical dancing, Monya. I want to hear that little giggly laugh that he's got. That's what
We
I
don't
want to
really
hear.
see the jolly, the jolly Monyet anymore. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And he used to be quite expressive on comms. I think you've, experienced the same here. I'm seeing a lot less
Man yung
of that,
malutong
which
sana.
is
Ba't ganyan request mo?
why RQ is just finding more structure within their team, more discipline here. On the other side with Secret, I like that they are using these double duelist comms. I like that they're looking more like the Secret that we know, which is they're using their raw firepower. They're a lot faster paced.
Ah, dali na. Sinong favorite streamer
I
nyo?
don't know, man. I kind of sick of seeing Secret do this.
Alam ko
only when
ako,
they are
alam
so
ko nga ako
down,
pero
then
bukod
they're
sa
like,
akin.
we're just gonna come back up.
It's kind of
Sino favorite streamer nyo bukod sa
A
akin?
lot of teams that are copying the double duelist right now are trying to play the T1 style, and I feel like they thrive off of the individuals with that style. But I actually think the more effective and the more replicable style of double duelist is the
Idol,
old
kamusta
DRS
yung
style
meet-up
with
nyo ni
Admiral
Shrek?
in the lineup, and I feel like that's what.
Pero alam mo,
Secret is
malapit mo lang
and it
ma-meet
worked
up si
very well. I
Satanos.
liked it, honestly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. I mean,
Mimic
I feel
mo
like
yun,
this matchup
malapit,
is a
lapit
good
mo.
fit for them. I feel like you're exactly right.
Ah,
You just want to.
it's and 18 seconds, 17, 16. Magsisimula na yung map 3, so we need to focus now, no? So we need to win this. Come on, team, win this one! So I can eat only seafood.
Really,
Oh.
really strong.
Samgyupsal.
So support this double duelist. I like this direction.
Literally the most experienced people ever because he's 62 years old this year. So that's
Happy
amazing.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, 62nd birthday, Jesse Bash. Lotus is going to be the...
Candles on the
That's
cake.
that's
The last
crazy.
We're gonna bankrupt Pacific by putting that birthday together. Jesus.
So,
Oh, we
this has
need
been
to win
interesting
this one
for
na, guys,
Secret.
no?
They've even
Dali,
dabbled
ask
with
for
the
Team
Waylay here,
Secret
jumps
na,
in,
then share the
Bangkok
live.
plays in a little bit later. And Yeah, I mean, how are you guys feeling going into Lotus now?
I actually like the way they comp on this map and the way the Team Secret played it, but that's not double duelist.
No, it's not.
You know, I
It's
think
not.
they're just gonna keep they're just jamming it on every map.
Come
They're
on,
looking
let's
better
go,
than
let's
ever, so
go.
I
Come
think
on,
they're
let's
gonna
go,
double
let's
duels.
go.
We've seen other
Surely.
teams do this. We've seen, you know, T1 brought up the ISO, and I feel like that would be a natural fit for this Team Secret team and the way we're seeing them play right now. But I agree. I like their way. Like, I mean, they haven't managed to get a win on this map in this stage, but you know, I like the ideas with the way like RRQ on the other side look much better on it.
Yeah, Team Secret, I mean, they actually did win a head-to-head against RRQ in kickoff, but that feels like eons ago. That feels like a different form RRQ. That feels like a different style from Team Secret, so it isn't even really all that relevant to me anymore. What I will say as well is that RRQ, since they comp swapped, actually in kickoff they couldn't win a game on Lotus, even though they had a couple of closer ones. But in this stage, as you saw from the graphic there, they're 2-0 since they moved over onto the singular, the breach tail with the singular Yoru. I mean, Jemkin played that masterfully up against T1 in that last game where they absolutely battered T1 on this map. And if you do see the comp swap into
Bis na! Let's map na!
T1 style at the moment with the ISO raise, and you
Ano
just
kayong
saw
timang
RRQ
eh?
absolutely pick that apart.
So I want to ask you guys, how do you feel about your
timang!
picks? Because Mika and myself, we picked Team Secret, absolutely believed in it. We were not bribed. We were not doing it from a bias at all. Yeah.
I mean,
how do you guys feel?
I think RRQ should still be the favorites going into map 3, right? I mean, RRQ have had good showings on Lotus, but I think, yeah, it's all about the compositions, and I think Secret clearly showed that they can hang mechanically, so it's about if RRQ can get the heads back in the game.
Okay, there you go.
Nanalo po, Team Secret. Sino po makakalap nila next round? Si Coach. Ako.
Playing against RRQ in that last Lotus
Isa-isa sila.
So we'll see if Team Secret, starting out on the attacking side of Lotus here, can execute it better than T1.
Ang gugwapo, di ba? Kasi mana sa akin.
RRQ not making any changes. They've been very, very comfortable in this comp.
Kada may mga supporter sila na ano.
You know, we're seeing Monya
Korean or Chinese ba yan?
Viper. We saw them experiment
Japanese.
that a little bit in kickoff, but I like this variation the most. They've looked very solid here, so Team Secret
Nice
needs to
one.
find some different answers.
Pares ang may
Ooh,
Viper.
I like what Team Secret is doing here, and it's like a T1 comp with a little bit of a Calamansi twist. We're going to send it back to our casters for the very, very last map of group stages to Achilleos and Paper Thin.
All right,
Here we go.
To round things out in the
Let's
group.
do this.
And in the group stage across the board, Team Secret looking for one last and first hurrah here in the stage as they try to take down the top dogs of the group in RRQ.
Let's win this so I can eat at the juice.
Team
Tipod.
Secret running the comp that T1 does on this map, but
Ang nisipod
RRQ
talaga,
playing
boys.
T1 with the very same setup. So, kind of curious what the difference is going to be. I mean, frankly, the firepower today for Team Secret looks insane. So, again, that can just win you maps sometimes. But it's more than that, in my opinion, for Team Secret. Quick TP up.
Envy aggressively taking some space here. Wild Oreo eating quite a bit of damage as Envy gets the
Nice
jump
one,
on
Envy.
you. Has no clue whatsoever. Ends up getting taken down. Wild Oreo going to be traded out. As Spike now to be planted. Shield from Jeremy already popped. Will expire in all likelihood before the retake gets started here. So
Parang
we'll see what RRQ will have to
gun.
deal with, but they are very much not liking this position at all. Jemkin holding back, taking some damage. Sending out a flash. The rest of the team still trying to scale forward. Still wary about flanks. You can see their sights turn back in towards B. Be rushing up alongside the smoke. The push out coming through.
Nice.
Finds a headshot onto one.
Nice one. Nakadalo siya.
As Jemkin fights back and it's now down to Jesse.
Idol, nice one. Hey, Idol!
And the fuse is just not going to be there for him. It's another Red Bull clutch.
I love you, Idol! Si Idol!
Has Red Bull gotten today? It's a lot. All of the ones in the DFM series.
Yep. And then this one.
Oh boy.
I mean, Jesse just plays this beautifully too. Knows the time, understands the situation, gets this first kill, and knows he can just wait.
Nice.
They have to basically stick it at that point.
Kung ako, no? Na lahat ng miyembro ng Team Secret gwapo tulad ko.
Envy completely bamboozles Monyet.
I have no clue what his contract is, but it's not enough.
I'm right there with you.
If you're paying him $1 million, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
Pay him 3.
Pay the man. I fully
So
agree.
damn good.
No, he is just such a good
Pogi
player.
naman, Isabel Concepcion.
And when you've got players that are firing
Salamat.
and making good decisions,
Kahit
behind them,
araw-araw ko naririnig yan.
it is just crazy what they can do. You know, this confidence, this team secret hasn't been there in 2025. But what a day to show up. Man, oh man. Again, another trap play set up here by RRQ. Jesse trying to figure it out with those prowlers, with the haunt.
Uy, kalma, betlog yung betlog
Still
natin.
respond.
Demkin,
Nice.
Sayang.
It's in there, right click to find the kill. Solid start as Wild Orio's entering with an outlaw.
Well,
Bounding forward off the blast pack. Snake
Why
bite
not?
held here. Sparrow sends that. Shots now forward into the smoke. He's been spotted, tagged up low. Kill not yet found. So still 5 players alive for the side of RRQ, but it's about to be a bit of a painful
Get me
situation.
calm. Nice one, isa pa.
Gonna be taken down.
Ayun, sayang. Nice. Nice, isa na lang, si Munyet na lang, si Munyet. Nice one. Nice one, 2-0. 2-0.
But once again, Team Secret starts
Right, Justin, shoutout sa'yo.
I mean, Wild Oreo here doing a great job with that outlaw, anticipating that flash after he got the first kill.
Eh, Bander, wala kaming pake sa opinion mo.
Still, you know,
Magsasuggest ka pa ng kawalang yan eh.
right outside of A main. Or right outside A lobby, excuse me.
Yes, hashtag Team Secret na dali.
Stun into those salvos.
Dali na. Last map na to. We need to win this so we can eat only sangyup and only seafood.
A little bit of find some good class.
Only rice.
Now you've got Stinger, a rifle for Jesse. And trying to catch him with those stuns and into those salvos.
And it's going to be the aftershock
Oh my.
instead. This crazy guy just collects 2. And that's there's one way to
H ba
start
to ni
off
Joshua
there.
Garcia?
Those
Bro,
combos.
medyo lumalabo mata mo. Medyo hawig lang, bro. Huwag ka malito.
As well. Brilliantly set up.
Fantastic trap play. Smoke blooming, Jemkin
Ano,
pre-firing,
pakitamba pa
Jeremy
yun?
dying. And solid, clean anti-bonus so far here from the side of RRQ. Team Secret is going to be looking to try to get what damage they possibly can. B's position going to be noted. Sense of the paranoia, swing onto the corner. Sparrow able to go ahead
Ay,
and save them all.
sayang.
2GE now spotted.
Ito na
Jemkin,
si Toge.
and he's going to want the kill. He's not going to get the kill. 2GE, nicely done. Comes up with a headshot. Finds an elimination. Picks up a weapon.
Nagmanat talaga sila sa'yo. Sa kagwapuhan, manang-mana sa akin.
They're well
Sa
aware
tutok,
that he is not sticking this at all. Will now do so here behind the pillar.
medyo.
As the paranoia stuns flying his way. Cushy will just go ahead, run him down, get the defuse. RQ get themselves on the board here in round number 3.
Yeah, this is really nice stuff from RRQ. Great util, obviously gets 2 kills, so
Share nyo live natin, boys. Share nyo live
RRQ better
natin.
than that.
Tapos hashtag Team Secret na ngayon ah. Request ko. Hashtag Team Secret para guys maboost yung confidence. Para ma-win na natin map na
Even though
to.
Cushy is moving over to the Tejo,
May lubugatin sa lupa tong RRQ na to.
they're able to get phenomenal value there. They just have nowhere to go.
Oh, I mean, I don't
Ah,
think Jesse had vision.
sabog-sabog pala sila ron.
He's completely blinded up. He didn't know where he was going.
So there's not much safety in that pillars area.
Absolutely not.
All the pings just being spammed on the map by Team Secret in that spot now. They're just like, let's not do that again.
Fault line out, Monyet. Chasing forward here.
Hashtag Team Secret pag nag-comment kayo.
He's
Mabasa ko.
Salvo and gets knocked down at 20 HP.
Ang pogi mo, Leo Mio. Ay, normal na lang sinasabi sa akin yan.
Cushy in the corner.
Walang bago.
Shots out, wall now raised.
Nako, madugas to.
Be a backpedal here. A bit of a poke and prod.
Abangers lang alam nun. Dapat dun tinatanggal eh.
Didn't have the fade there. So really couldn't get the info. If you're going to make it a B push instead, Cushy's just like, hey.
I-3-1 nyo na bro. Huwag nyo na bigyan ng... Oh!
They did not,
Nalikuran.
and he's not going to overstay either. Gets
Puta,
in, gets one,
naka-backdoor
gets
yun.
out. Smart play here from Cushy. As now the stealth drone will chase out, confirm some further presence here at the spawn. He's slowly walking his way forward, but Sphero, anticipating this, sends out a couple shots as it will just be bite for bite. Plant now getting ready to come through.
30 seconds.
They're going to have a 5v4 retake in front of them for RRQ. A little bit of util to use for sure. Some flashes. It's Paranoia's. Jemkin gets a kill onto Wild Oreo. And then he goes right into the drift.
Just trying to scout out here as much as possible. Envy, gonna be noted.
Nice.
Jemkin with a nice shot.
Nice
Over the
one.
top, finding one, but 2GE answers back.
Ay, nice try, nice try, nice try.
3 players surviving. RQ
Nice try.
up at 2-2.
Guys, we need to win this so we can eat. We can eat the delicious
Yeah, they're
meal.
starting to get some aggression of their own, starting to find those reads, find the confidence. Cushy there. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Just takes his prize. Goes back home. Oh, Jemkin caught the head there.
Naglalag kasi yung Team Secret eh.
Right into the dimensional drift, and then they still had a ton of util for this retake. Fault line, flashes, paranoias. Able to just flood through there. Very nicely thought out. Now Jemkin's going to go for an outlaw with his opponents on a weaker buy. There is a full shield for Envy.
Only one. Buying down to have that available here. Quick clear on the haunt. Crazy guy. He is just very swiftly swooping forward. The Prowler not
Jeremy!
position shots now.
Napipitas na naman kagad si Jeremy. Nice one, Olorio. Nice one, nice one, nice one. Isa na lang, isa na lang.
He doesn't get the read. He doesn't get the memo. And now suddenly Jemkin's the only one alive.
Si Boy Tawa na lang, si Boy Tawa.
You have
Secret
got
looking
to
to
be
pull out the
kidding me.
There's a okay, potential flank. It looks like it will be 2GE cutting back across over towards A.
Spike planted.
Just joining in here at this position. Jemkin trying to get this done with an outlaw is going to prove to be so damn difficult. And every single weapon that he would love to collect is just a world away.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing he's got going for him is they're all one shot, but there's only 2 bullets in the chamber in this gun.
Stacked up relatively here at Tree. Time starting to tick away. Dwindling. Oh,
Nice one, Toge.
2GE.
Nice one, cheer nyo. Pag ganun.
Secret.
Let's go. Ganun nyo.
Effective thrifty here as things just get way too chaotic outside of A.
Yeah, this is just madness. I mean, Crazy Guy catches them completely off guard, but they do the same. They pop out of their smokes, and Wild Oreo ready to strike with that stinger. 2GE catches a player trying to go bail out his teammates. They're feeling good. They've got a ton of ults. And you still have the Rolling Thunder for Crazy Guy, but and Monyet's ult.
Things likely to get very crazy here. As 2GE able to backpedal, gets away from those salvos. The chase still coming through from RRQ. 3-man push out over towards the spawn. 2GE potentially here at risk and will get taken out. Jemkin will find that kill and wins the duel against Jeremy. Does get punished as he exits the gulag. Player advantage here for the side of RRQ. And with 2GE dead, there's no pit here.
Thank you, Aljon. Aljon.
No one hit by that as Nightfall goes across. That's going to hit onto 3. Slows them up as they have to wait for the decay.
Mo siguro ba muse ng TS? Escort.
Fault line to try to slow him up. Jemkin,
Tabog yan o ibig.
the tap, just trying to bait this. Even goes for the gate crash. The rocket held as long as they possibly could. Now gets sent. And cuts through, paint shells down, things starting to get chaotic here in the post plant as it's going to be a lot of fire back and forth here through the smoke. Neither team able to see each other. Defuse being held, Diffuser killed. They re-tap it, they drop down. And Cushy just hounds them all to hell and back. Absolute insanity as we are tied up at 3-3.
What is going
Aljon, thank you.
This is Southeast Asia.
This is just absolute insanity. I mean, phenomenal work by Jemkin here on the bait for the showstopper. Good smokes. Fault line, too, to make sure that they can't push out. Kind of maybe lead the way for the showstopper a bit, but... I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen there with that smoke and everybody just spraying. Who knows? Flip a coin. Roll some dice.
Even by APAC standards, that was above average.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the vulnerable.
Oh, and the blind, and Xfero.
Nice.
Rather, Jemkin. Dead. Xfero tucked away.
Nakukuha lagi si Jeremy. Dapat mag-ingat siya.
They're suspecting this. They don't, and Xfero is able to collect
Okay,
2.
3v3.
In the end, it's going to be 3v3, but Inbeat down to 47.
Yeah.
Armageddon sent here. Monyet just taking a quick little peek out. Not seeing anything.
With a TP in a tree. He's going to stick it.
Gotta be cautious. Crazy guy at the moment not looking.
Nice
And
one,
Inbeat
Inbeat.
collecting. Quick with a headshot. Opens up the site. Cushy going to be the first on the scene here. Does he play it slow, quiet? Does he try to get the salvos out, prevent the plant, allow for Manya to get a little bit closer? Well, looks like he's just going to make it through the door, and he's going to find 2GE.
Kuya Mio, yakan mo ba Stranger
Looking for the
Things
plant
Season
on the backside.
5?
Salvos now sent.
Kapag nakakaiyak, siyempre.
One pump of damage
Pag
now.
hindi, ba't mo iiyakan?
Way him down to 67. Suppressed there for the moment, waits out the haunt.
Pero may mamamatay dun, sure. May mamamatay na character dun.
Now it's down to Envy. Rides the rope, down below. Looking for the push forward, and because she realizes it,
Naubos pa sila.
finds that headshot, and
Sayang.
RRQ will find themselves once again in the lead.
Yeah, I think a body block into Cushy's movement alerts him to Envy's presence. This is just madness. I mean, this round goes back and forth so many times. A great 2v1 or a 2v2 essentially.
Sayang, no?
Got annihilated out the rip.
Nangomset ka dito si Kusay.
No reaction, but yeah, yep.
Just an ethereal vandal floating in front of his face.
What could that
In
be?
the darkness. It's a ghost. 4-3. Narrow margin still. All of the ults that were available a couple rounds ago, gone. It's just pits on both sides. Speaking of which, Xfero gonna be dumping his there on C.
Just the ghosts of SCA past. Just an absolute scrappy Valorant.
Guys, si all nyo, huwag nyo ayan magsunod.
I'm here for it. Might as well have some fun with it.
There.
Huwag nyo ayan magsunod, bro.
Throw the smoke, but there's a couple of different crossfires. They're gonna clear it though.
Decent bang shot.
Dilim ng map.
Shell. Yeah, tiny bit of damage found. Some shots exchanged. For the most part though, nothing really found. Bit of a fight
Tiram ka po, panty kay mama. Iyoko, mga panty na nanay mo, inaamag na eh.
TP forward, Jemkin. Does have the dimensional drift, but it's just gonna be the double face.
Natakpan ng kakampi niya.
Oreo, Jeremy, one apiece.
Kita niya?
Ball gets raised, the undercut.
Natakpan ng kakampi niya.
Towards Crazy Guy. I mean, for all of his spraying,
Nice.
somehow is not coming away with the kill.
Nice.
Three faces into Xbarrel, finds him at the door.
Natakpan ng kakampi niya eh.
Secret. They're gonna look to tie this up at 4-4.
Yeah. And I mean, because of the economy of some of his other teammates, Monyet wants to save. But Team Secret's well ahead of that. If they just swing that corner, I don't know if Monyet can hang on. He's
Idol, ba't ka ba nila nilalait? Eh, halata namang lalaki ka. By the way, ano kulay ng panty mo? Oh,
Continues.
tira ulo.
The early fight over Rubble is quite fascinating because so
Ba't
much is
tatanggol
committed,
ako sa simula lang?
and it's kind of another attempted trap to set up the aftershock for RRQ, but this time Team Secret outweights it. And their pivot to B is just too fast. They're just not quite ready.
Sumigaw ka na, pre. Magmura ka na, pre. Magmura ka na. Hindi.
Looking snappy in that one. A couple very important kills, yes. That is an Oreo for the wild one.
In theory, though, the back and forth does favor RQ a bit more, given that this is the double duelist. More rounds they're able to kind of equalize, going 6-6 at the half over onto the attacking side. Start thinking, okay, maybe that's not too bad here for them. Another little trap setup attempts here outside of B, but avoided. All of Team Secret now piling in towards this A site. Monyet alone.
Nakakabahan ako, boys, ah.
What's coming his way?
Kinakabahan ako.
Up over the top, shields there, broken.
Nice one.
Tries to rotate out, has the knife pulled.
Guys,
And
nauna lagi si Jeremy.
down, Wild Oreo just sitting in the blast pack here. Riding the rope is Pit now.
Mutot na, mutot
on
na.
the site. An attempt at the blind spray.
Ah, likuran pa si Oreo.
Oreo off guard.
Oh.
Has now the dimensional drift to try to scout Jesse Bash. Playing forward though, Snappy. To find the first as Cushy
Nice.
falls, gets Xferro through the box.
Enemy remaining.
Crazy guy still fighting.
1v2, kaya mo yan, Imbi.
Alone. Paranoia said, connects on the bow. Dragging across for the red ball.
Puta, yes!
And Secret.
Puta, Ragas, ang galing mo
5 to
doon!
4.
It just doesn't matter what agent
Ang
Invi's
galing mo
playing.
rin, pare!
He is unstoppable. That is so good. I mean, a great use of the ult here to try to clear the pit. The ideas are good, but Jesse Vash finds a great double. Knows there's a player back there, just keeps tapping through the angle.
Ang galing!
And Envy nails a beautiful
Yan!
paranoid.
Kaya yan! Sige!
Man,
Gumanong ka lang, pare!
Did I say
Tarahin mo!
just
Ah!
each clutch adds 2 million to that.
Keep pumping that number up.
Kulang lang sa kilig eh.
Look out, LeBron. Envy's coming.
Looking just for some spray here. The pressure really was ramping up. Of course, Wild Oreo does have that showstopper. Just got to be a concern in the back of RRQ's heads.
Yeah, I mean, RRQ's having a tough time kind of figuring out the map when they put some
Noah Azurin, shout out sa'yo, Noah
broken
Azurin.
open, and then when they leave a rubble open, that's when Team Secret has found their moments to get towards the A site. Here goes the showstopper. Xferro is already backing out.
Might just end up sending this towards drop. Xferro wisely delaying the slide down. Said no, sends it up over the top. Still not going to be found. And okay, Envy catching a glimpse here, I believe, on a crazy guy. Ladder had not seen him, but it's just going to be the paranoia in the back away as the spike gets planted here on the A site. Player advantage down here.
Bam!
Their hands, Cushy dead.
Apa?
As Wild
Ah.
Oreo to try to
Wag,
take
wag,
over
wag.
around the call from RRQ to save likely.
Yaman mo na yan, Jonkin na yan.
Will just be the back pedal. Everyone cutting away from this A site. And for the first time in forever, we're going to have a team actually securing a 2-round lead.
For last lang, naalala mo pa si Jocelyn.
On this map. It's
Ko.
it's pretty crazy the way that Team Secret, if they get any sense that there's open space on A, they just pounce. They're happy to try to break through that single controller whoever's
Nice.
holding it. Goodbye, crazy
Nice,
guy.
nice.
Trying to make something happen. Envy looking for a little bit more as well. And he's going to find a bolt.
Putik, tagilid talaga ko yung Envy.
Envy is just insane. Granted, yes, Wild Oreo ahead of him.
Nagiinit yung ano niya, kuyukot niya.
Has been stellar throughout the series.
Yeah, I mean, Wild Oreo, what a job he's doing switching over to the duelist today. Being that frontline entry guy sometimes,
Paano?
you know, Jeremy on the ISO.
Wala eh, ayaw pa mag-iinit eh. Murahin mo eh,
Blasting
gago.
in and creating space, and he's done a brilliant job of it.
Gago eh, no?
So how do you kind of figure out how to reinforce A here? Again, when you have tried to contest rubble, it's been quick pivots for Team Secret to other sides of the map. Like, they know where you're strong at, and they know they can outmaneuver you, so they're going to. That makes it pretty tricky. You don't have much in the way of delay util. You're not running a Sentinel, you're not running a Vice.
Call me.
Team Secret, very aware of that.
Love this kid.
Jeremy, call me.
Cheerleaders here.
Picked a good day to show up.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
I was
this-
trying to think of something else. I'm like, no, never mind. This is, yeah, they're looking like they could win this.
This is the best day that, you know, if you're a Team Secret fan, this is the best day
Sa
that
atin
you
na
could
to!
have chosen so
Sanggapsal na
far.
to!
Who knows how it ends, but I mean, regardless,
For the moment, feeling pretty good. 4 Singers, half armor, and a Sheriff there for Cushy, which means that Wild Oreo brings out the Outlaw. And Xferro probably dead on the diggle? No,
Sam.
okay. That's a hair too late going for that pick.
well, you're just gonna set up 3 right at the C door, couple at A. But all you saw was Xferro, so maybe you feel like you can punish that. They've been
Oh, no, Jeremy, wag.
take those fights to him when he's by himself. Little do they know.
Double swing on this corner.
Nice shot,
Through,
Jeremy.
finding the first.
Ay, hindi pala yan.
But now they're like, it's not just Xferro by himself. Let's take a moment to think about this.
They don't trust like that.
No.
Kalma lang. Kailangan ma-lead na natin yan.
Nice and quiet.
3-point lead. We need 3-point lead para wala na. Sibak na momentum nila.
Very diligent. Very, very diligent. And that's been part of the game for Team Secret today. Why it's been so in favor of them on one map and so close on the other. Good paranoia. Forced them to use a lot of util. Not a ton of firepower behind this.
Stinger pre-fire spray, not going to be finding too much of anything there. Jeremy just pushes up into the smoke, finds Crazy Guy.
Nice one, nice one.
Noting Xfero's position as 2GE. Noting this push around the
Nice
back from Cushy
one,
right now.
okay.
Team Secret feels like they are zoomed out.
Nice
Watching
one.
every single
Nice
bit of
one.
map top down. Understanding
Ang
perfectly
daming
how
tao
RRQ was
gusto
gonna
tumingin ng
look to play this.
panty mo. Alam mo, hindi
7-4,
tao
they've
yun.
secured themselves
Hindi tao
at
yun,
least a
hindi
2-round
tao.
lead at the half. Potentially even more if they can close this one.
For sure. Nice. Smooth. And it's just, yeah, again, awareness. You know, they see a player that is an Xfero on C and they're just stop, regroup,
Murahin
retake,
mo na, hindi.
re-clear. Just phenomenal protocols, phenomenal thinking today.
Nagtitimpi
Clearly
pa eh.
a better one.
Mamaya.
And, so, okay.
Jemkin getting out wide is able to find Invi. So Raid Boss down.
Few others to go through though. Jeremy's one away
True.
from his ult.
This is a council fight.
Yeah.
Wild Oreo is still, of course, going to be standing here, but no ults to speak of unless Jeremy can get that kill contract online.
Kalma.
Okay, never mind, she's dead. Crazy Guy gone. Now the kill contract coming through. Monyet
Duel.
pulled into the gulag, able to
Sayang.
win the fight. Is the punish going to be there?
Nice one, nice one.
Yes. Now it's just
Boy Tawa na tira, si Boy Tawa. Tanggalan nyo ng halakhak yan.
ball.
Easy money.
Decoy sent out. They just cut noise, and Jesse Vash, I believe, just faking some footsteps over towards the C site. Want to check it out. Jemkin setting up with a gate crash.
Hayaan mo sila bro, basketball na lang tayo. Isa ka pang killer, tarantado ang Kristan ka.
Does have a flash. But Team Secret spreading out a little bit. If you can find the moment, but time is going to be of the essence here for Jemkin.
He's going to try to slow creep in. Win the first one here.
Okay, nice one. 8
to
guys.
4. 5
We are
rounds right
close.
back here.
We are close on Alis ang
Of that
Gyupsal.
attack. Team Secret setting themselves up nicely. And we'd be remiss not to remind, it's 5-0 in pistols. Team Secret have not dropped one yet.
And you can't afford to lose this one. This one is a do or die for RRQ. That's definitely going to be in the back of your minds. Secret.
Halftime.
Just,
Transformer.
they are
Transor
so ahead
Transformer.
in terms of outthinking RRQ today. Outshooting
Tawag
the
kay
times
Sophia
two.
May.
They just seem to have found another gear and have been very cognizant of their weaknesses with their agent compositions and have changed them up and have rolled a 20 on that dice. So far, we'll see. RRQ, attacker side on Lotus. You would think this should be a pretty close ending. You would think that this is
Arena
going to come
kayo.
down to the wire with that 4-8 scoreline.
Notify, thank you sa mag-notify guys. Share the live.
It comes down to this pistol, really.
Yeah, very much an unknown. We'll see though. They move
We
over
are
onto
winning, boys.
the defending side.
We
Theory,
are freaking winning.
a little less
Sana
of a
di ma-jinx. Huwag kayong
for all that.
magbalahura para di ma-jinx.
Should be potential advantage for RRQ, but the pistol has to go their way to really get that ball rolling. Otherwise, you're looking at a 10-4. Let's see how they do fare.
They're lining up for some kind of B exec. Jemkin's tucked into the back corner. Yeah,
Okay, game. Resume. Focus, inner
as the round
peace.
begins.
Shout out sa'yo, Sophia May.
Goes all the way in towards the B site.
Aldorio pushing
Turn
forward.
away.
Paint shell's just going to be sent
Done.
out there. Looking for some damage, but 7 to be found there. Auto Xpharaoh, Jesse Batch
Lord.
overwhelmed here outside of Rubble. Won't fall as Jemkin's able to find the headshot. Quick pivots though, Team Secret wrapping around, trying to get themselves over towards this A site. As Jemkin and Monyet both taking a bit of damage. Push forward from Wild Oreo, maybe a little bit too bold.
1v3.
Ends up falling. Jeremy finding 2. Just to make this as even as possible here for 2GE. But it looks like
Sayang
RRQ
naman,
will
bro.
finally get it done. They pick up their first pistol of the series when they so desperately need it the most. Now they look to try
Lagi 3 boys ay 3 boys sa pangawakan ng lead.
Yeah, they're
Don't
just
give momentum to other
outside of B.
to the opponent. Okay, don't give momentum, guys. Pangawakan na yung momentum, boys.
Drone to lead the way, open up the door to Tree, bully your way through there. Sure, Jeremy gets a couple kills, but it's traded quick enough.
Wow, yung gawa lang. Sige, magsaya ka lang.
Is a tough task in front of him, and this time there will be
Target
no fun
Angelo
shenanigans.
Rosasen.
This time it will be as expected with the pistol, and yeah, RRQ gets the win.
They do.
No Azurin. Shout out sa'yo, no Azurin.
Behind mound, flushed out. Monyet finding that. Jemkin does fall, just had the ghosts. So still economic damage not really found here quite just yet. Secret still potential to make that happen as
Oh my god,
Jeremy has a shorty. No one really looking to push and challenge this angle of Waterfall though. Pain shells for now just to try to delay. She eats a tiny little bit of damage. Ultimately can tuck back and get the spike planted.
Oh my
Nice one, idol. Nice one.
Okay,
Magandang tutok yun.
Sparrow. Maybe can
Mutot
try to
mutot.
rotate in, grabs it off the top of the box. As
Nice
shield
one,
down,
Jeremy.
diving forward, finds the shorty pump there. Suddenly, even more
Nice one. Isa na lang to. 1v1. Idol
no
na,
shot,
idol.
no way, in hell, down to the last bullet!
Let's
They
go.
dropped the pistol, but who gives a damn? The 3K found the round. Team Secrets. Another Red Bull clutch.
You want to know how I know that's good? Because
What?
Jesse was smiling. Jesse doesn't do that very much. I've seen Jesse hit aces that are some of the most disgusting aces I've ever seen, and he doesn't even blink an eye. There's no change in his facial expression, but this one's got Jesse smiling. That is incredible. Those ghost shots, those first 2 kills had to be great.
Kailangan nakangiti din. Nakangiti si idol eh.
That last one, able to work that corner angle nicely, and all of a sudden,
Shout out kay
it's
Zep.
a win.
Certeza.
Punches right back, and they've got rifles in hand.
5 na lang, 5 na lang, boys. Ay, tama. Apat.
Advantageous spot. Vandal is here for the side of Jemkin Xpharaoh with a Bulldog, so a little bit of firepower. Try to turn the tides of this one, but that was just an absolute haymaker to the jaw
Nice.
of RRQ.
Luka.
The
Baka.
previous round, Monyet now dropped.
Gulag him,
Jemkin
Jeremy.
tagged up.
Do it. Do it.
Gets his health back.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Just send it. Don't make me scream about using the Gulag again.
Shete, oh. Shete.
He's not going to go for it. Maybe just waiting on the other side. Surely.
Waiting on the other side.
We'll have to wait and see, but RRQ cutting sound. Trying to elude Team Secret, but really, Team Secret doesn't have to move too much. They've got enough map control that they can hold some crossfires here. And it's on RRQ to break through. Oh, that's a good start.
Does.
Nice one, Oreo.
Gulag now coming through as Jemkin will get put
Duel.
down.
Nice one,
Oreo in the
Oreo.
meantime, looking to maintain some dominance, but Crazy Guy wins the fight versus Jeremy.
2v2.
Suddenly we're into a 2v2. We continue to be in the upside down.
10 seconds left.
Things getting topsy-turvy as
Putik, nakapag-plant pa
working
yun.
its way across through A lobby. Spike now planted here. Xpharaoh gets set up here back towards tree. Crazy Guy at drop. Certain how long here on the fault line is. Ooh, Xpharaoh, I thought for a second maybe he was showing a pixel out of place, but just goes for the timing swing, finds 2GE.
Inbi kami yan,
But
Inbi.
it's Envy. Some noise made. Fault line at the ready, sends the paranoid on the corner, but Crazy
Nice
Guy
try, nice
behind
try, nice.
will be able to strike
Nice
him
try,
down.
nice try, nice tries.
As now we are just Trading rounds. Trading
Nice try,
blows.
nice try, nice try, nice try.
RRQ down by 6.
I mean, this is...
Nice
this
try,
looks
nice
like it was
try.
round over. You got everything you could want here. Kill from Wild Oreo, player into the ISO ult. And somehow, some way, RRQ just fights their way back. I mean, so many of these rounds today have been where you think the team that plays it better should be winning it, and then they don't, because the other team just out-frags them. I mean, you said it best. This is just SEA Valorant.
Charot, charot, charot. Guys, kalma naman, no. Putik.
Can't see a damn thing. I don't know if Jemkin could either, but he found a kill.
Lods, na-post ka na naman sa Rocky Tales. Walang ganun, bro. Dalawa lang yun.
Damage. I'm not sure if there was a peek over towards C. Either way, is down to 30 with that outlaw. Secret just getting clustered
Yun ang
up around the
pakulan,
center
mga
of the
bro.
map now, starting to fan back out a bit.
Yeah, but you haven't seen any follow-up pressure from RRQ, so they're backpedaling. They're heading over towards C. A little bit of B exploration.
Monira. Shout sa'yo, Monira.
That might be the call to make a pivot once they realize this has been left undefended. Or not. Surely. Maybe when they get contact at C, they'll pivot back. We'll see.
Paranoia caused an immense amount of disruption. Not gonna fall for the fake out here. It's just gonna be a tap at the door, but Jeremy sprang through, able to find
Isan, nag-isa.
Trade on the Vipers is Wild Oreo. Gonna try to stay higher
Ay.
in onto the B site and can't find too much of anything.
Spike planted.
Jeremy, shield raised instantly.
Nip.
As Envy able to scoop up the
Nice
weapon.
try, nice
And
try,
now
nice
he
try.
keeps RRQ.
9-7. Joshua
Breaking
Mos...
the pattern,
Mosqueda,
breaking the
shout out
mold
to
here.
Joshua
Now they win
Mosqueda.
2 rounds back to back.
Who would have thought?
And now they're 2 away from tying things up, and Wild Oreo picking up an operator.
Well, this is much better kind of map awareness and understanding, you know, whoa, C doesn't look so good. Back over towards B, they read that very, very well. They're starting to...
Boss PM, may sasabihin ako sa'yo. Unun.
Wild Oreo, though, with that operator, has been quite impactful with it. Something that Team Secret has been leaning into is getting him sniper rifles. You know, they saw it with the Chamber on Pearl, for example. Now they've got him on the more traditional role.
Kailan ko kayo magkukulab ni Razi? Ewan ko.
And he could find impact. We'll have to wait and see. He's over at C Mound, but he's pushed out so far. They're going to restack the one-way for him.
Guys, huwag nyo nang pag-lead.
They're not fully reading that this could be A just yet.
Huwag nyo nang pag-lead. Huwag nyo nang pahabol-lead nyo.
A little
Please.
bit of util. Start to get some info. And they're just going to go right for the flanks. They're going for the rears. They know there's no sentinel. So it's up to the eyes of RRQ to be aware.
And Manya not sticking it, snaps
Come on,
back.
bro.
Likes what he sees.
Come on, bro.
Sight
Come on, bro.
up, and Xparrow noting the flank.
Nakuha na naman si Jeremy.
Able to find Jeremy.
Nakapag-plant pa.
Spike planted.
Hirap pagka makapag-plant na eh.
Spike now in play. Wild Oreo does have a showstopper, but getting into a position to try to send it for now. Paint Shell does go out to try to clear a drop. And he's going to be able to go ahead, plant that one right at Jemkin's feet, but not before Jemkin snipes him out of the sky. So a 1-for-1 exchange there at drop.
Ay,
Falling Xparrow,
Nice.
finding another Envy.
2v3.
Now taken down. It's 2GE and Jesse Bash. Try to pull off
Time.
the 2v3, but like you said, time just not going to be there, Jesse.
Save.
Looking like he's going to be the one trying to call.
Nakuha pa si Idol.
He cannot get away. Operator does get recovered here by 2GE. Minor consolation prize to try to hold on
Save
to
na.
this, but
Nakuha
Miners
naman
on
yan
the
eh.
hunt, trying to take this out of their hands. Will not be able to find him. Paths not going to cross. RRQ now 3 rounds in a row, 1 away from tying.
Check mo channel ng Rocky
I
Files.
know what you would expect. RRQ starting to pick up steam on this attacker side. This time they find the gap in Team Secret's defense. They're pretty far forward by the time Team Secret figures out that this is going to be an A hit. And they can't get into comfortable positions to use that ultimate. A good preempt with the Armageddon in case there is a showstopper. And Jemkin gets right up in the face of Wild Oreo to make sure that, you know, there's not going to be any more damage than just him getting traded.
Nagsasabi mo nung nakaraan pa yun.
So now it's going to be a timeout for Team
Monira
Secret.
sa Roma pa. Shout out sa'yo, Monira.
Maybe, yeah, I was going to say.
Charo. Guys, share niyo yung live natin.
I saw on the map.
Did tayo ng isa, pero dapat tuloy-tuloy na to.
So there might be some kind of play for that territory.
Ano yun na natin?
As the side of RRQ,
Utusan na natin telepathy.
slow round sort of exploration seem to be
Ayan,
working
napadala ko
well
ng
where they're
mensahe.
kind of checking angles. The only concern, of course, is that you had the operator. They just completely dodged it.
Nelly Nel, shoutout.
But if they can, again, even if they see it, if they can trade it or
Shoutout.
to keep it off balance, they can find some openings. But that's going to be the real key in this next one for me is how do you deal with that operator? You got a lot of players today. This is kind of looking like the classic T1 hit. Throw in the vulnerable, throw in the CEs, throw in the paint shells, maybe a paranoia. But there's only one player. Well, they're holding, they're being patient. I like this.
Slowly inching onto the line, and Xfero.
Nipnaunahan siya.
You don't have any armor. At least none that can withstand this. So
Gagi, huwag nyo nang pagulin.
It's a solid advantage here for RRQ off the back of Team Secret's timeout call.
But now you're thinking, oh, opt down on the other side of the map. Will Envy just charging over towards C with it. So this isn't going to be open. Plan B. Maybe just another B pivot for them.
Not taking any chances. Dimensional Drift comes out. Jemkin checking forward. Fault line sent. Ooh, I don't think he noticed. I think he turned too quickly. He did not see Jesse Vash.
I think you're right.
Xfero monitoring the flanks. Finds 2 GE, so even with this unscouted position here from Jesse Vash, the likelihood of it delivering many results, nope, it's going to be silent. So Envy able to find one, peeks in with the operator. They're going to look to try to take this out of his hands. Pretty strong idea of where he's going to be at, and they're going to be coming at him from every single possible angle. Envy, can he fight his way out of this corner?
Nice.
First shot is there. The backstab coming through. Flash set, fully blinded up.
Ay, nako, sayang. Nice try.
Fully tied up.
Wala. Pinapaganda lang, pinapasabik lang. Guys, nahabol na ulit. We need to, focus na.
For the side of Team Secret, they're not going to have that op.
And again, it's this early round patience from RRQ paying off. Xfero watching these angles with the Outlaw gets huge value shutting down that op early. And then when they try to pivot to C, the quick contact they receive has constantly set them back towards the B site, using the ult to be diligent this time to make sure it is open, as they didn't get too many eyes on it before they opened that door. And there you go, a little bit of that paint shells vulnerable combo early from the side of Team Secret, but Jemkin's just right in here.
Just chasing forward, get pushed away.
Pag-plant pa agad.
Pit now invested. That cuts off this entirety of Baby Door. Rolling Thunder going across as things are getting chaotic. The Nightfall as well. Trying to get a bit of information and Envy at the same time. Slid up alongside the door, but Monyet in around the back, able to find 1, 2 GE going to be taken down. The smokes just cover the site. Push forward, Jemkin finding 1, gets traded out. Envy coming away with 2. The pit now going to be dropped. Monyet dead. Delay there from the aftershock. Crazy guy sending out the fault line.
Nice.
The fuse is being held at Envy. I think he's
Nice.
got it done. He absolutely has.
Whoa.
Tacos, however.
Whoa!
He just got it. He
Nice.
has
Oh my!
Point 48.
Nice.
Back eats the damage from the salvo.
Ayan, nakuha na nila.
To completion.
Nako-counter na nila.
Envy saves them.
Again.
Unbelievable. Granted, yes, the flank watching from Jesse Vash, fantastic to get the kill on the Monyet. But
Nice.
holy hell.
Nice, Envy.
He is just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. I mean, the fact that he gets the pit dropped so quickly there.
6 million.
6.
Nice one, Oreo.
Dead. Spray forward into the smoke. Wildfire comes away with another one. He was fully blinded. Prowler now scouting Jemkin. Quick hop out with that gate crash. Solid advantage here for Team Secret,
They've got
having since regained the lead.
They got the pit on C, so they can start watching B from the link. Looking pretty nice there. Throw up the toxic screen. Jesse can throw some util. Boombot check. Might even got a spot. Ooh.
Nice try. Nice one, Idol. Nice one, Idol. Isa na lang yun, Idol.
Right there to trade after Wild Oreo got taken down. Now you're just down to X Barrel for RRQ.
Galing ni Oreo dun.
Damn near flawless. Xferro makes it maybe a little bit more costly. Spike on the floor, but options.
Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one.
Double fade.
Dalawa na lang, 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 dalawa na lang. Magsasanggipsal na tayo.
Closing out this series.
Dalawa na lang.
Looking like they're going to be burning their last time out of the set.
Team Secret, 2 rounds in a row, 2 rounds up.
One enemy remaining.
2 kills for Jesse. Just the deuces are wild here for Team Secret.
Nice.
They look so good today. So many great.
Nice,
map
nice, nice,
reads, and
nice.
RRQ started to find that open space, but now that Team Secret has taken control of A Rubble early, they're starting to lean into the other sides of the map. And even though they gave up a quick plant on B, they had some good util, some good plans to deal with it. And Envy, man, oh man, just incredible today. How many times he's been able to break things open for him. And RRQ's gonna have to dig deep. I mean, sure, RRQ's.
Guys, guys. Here, Team Secret. Hashtag Team Secret.
This is the one that
Okay.
you wanted to have that confidence build
Dalawa
before you
na
go into the
lang,
playoffs. You're the
sanggipsal
number
na.
1 seed. You're going up against the bottom team from this bracket.
Dalawa na lang, sanggipsal na, boys.
Maybe, you know, you might lose.
Lemi yung ano,
That's the
epekto sa'yo ng Robas. Pansinin mo na ako. Hindi ako nagro-Robas.
These last 2 rounds have gone. It's
Dalawa na lang, boys. Please. Please. Please.
you can deal with Envy. Jeremy,
Team Secret, hindi Team Secret.
ult in the server here for the moment. No contracts haven't necessarily been overly kind, though, as that haunt reveal. They're looking for a crunch play out here in towards the spawn. And Jeremy, he's got the grab, but it's on the clone. Not a fake, like I would love to see. Just looking for the concussive bounce. Envy still here. Top of the box, swings out,
Nice.
does end up falling, but Wild Oreo able to find one.
Nice,
Jet
isa na lang, isa na lang.
with 3,
Nice
gets the
one!
4.
Isa na lang! Sanggipsal na yun!
Ult is ready.
Isa na
Just sends
lang!
them right back into the respawn room. Match point
Isa na lang,
for
guys!
Team
Sanggipsal
Secret.
na! Yan, nasa
It
Team
will rush
Secret!
Stage 1. But they are looking to end it with a bang by taking down the number 1 seed.
Rush nyo na yan, gabado na betlog ng mga yan.
It's just one of those moments, you know it's coming as RRQ, and you still can't stop it. I mean, you best the ISO ult with your clone, and you're still just getting outgunned, out crossfired. They try to push out of the smoke, back into C lobby, pay the price. Jemkin sidestepping some util there, but doesn't feel comfortable to go any further, and RRQ is huddled in a corner. They are
Kalma.
ball. They're getting a little bit nervous. You do have some open space there. Jemkin's got his ult. Could clarify the situation, and will. What will you see?
Goes on, spots out one over at Waterfall.
Ulit na to.
Checks around the back. Falls that it's a bit more opened up, and look at this, the refill of space from Wild Oreo. It's so damn smart. They know exactly what Jemkin's gonna look to do. He finds the punish, the showstopper, drawn out.
Boy.
Quick exit though.
Ibuga mo.
Trying to get out over towards bounds. 2 players there. Flanks coming in from the other 2. This crazy guy tries to hold his own, but they're gonna be too late. The defuse, it's just being stuck.
Nice.
Finds one, the snake bite. No
Nice.
chance, no
Nice.
time. 13 to
Sanggipsal.
9. Team Secret will close out
Hey guys,
stage 1.
nice one, palakpakan ang ating sarili.
Victory.
We got the win.
And RRQ
We got the win, boys.
delivering them
We got the
another
freaking
loss
win. Sanggipsal.
ahead of their top seed
Sanggipsal.
run in the playoffs.
I mean, it's just one of those things about Team Secret that they
Sa-
give
guys.
some of the best teams in our league fits. They've done it all the time. And they
Robin
find,
Hood.
yeah, they are the Robin Hood. You're absolutely right. And it's their first win
Nice
this year.
one. Team Secret. I love
What a time to do
you.
it.
Nice one, team! Nice one, team! Nice one, Jesse Bash! Nice one, Tuge! Nice one, Waldorio! Nice one, Jeremy! Nice one, Indy! Nice one, nice one!
Who knows? Maybe
Nakaisa
RRQ's up
rin!
next. But finally, RRQ is looking to have their time in the sun. But there is
Nice one, nice one, nice one.
looming.
Putik, guys!
It is
Ba't
the Filipino team.
nanalo kami?
Team Secret has sent darkness over Indonesia.
Absolute insanity. But for the first time in a long time, it's something good here for the Filipino fans to cheer for.
Yes.
Because this team, yes, it has been a very rough 2025 thus
Sanggip.
far.
Yeah.
This is the
Sal,
first
sal,
big
guys,
thing
sanggip,
they've been able to
sal.
get this year.
Congrats! Congrats,
But
team!
this
Congrats,
looks
team! Sanggip, sal!
damn
Ayan!
good. It looks
Ayan, yan.
concise. That ascent, clean. This Lotus, crazy, scrappy, but overall good. At the end of the day,
Ah.
Himpy is Himpy. We'll go ahead and send it down to Jen. Who's going to be standing by with our winners interview.
Sanggip, sal!
Congratulations, Team Secret, for the long-awaited win. Finally, Envy, if I can have
Sumakses
your
din!
here.
Sumakses! Boy, sumakses!
Thank you. 네,
Sumakses
시크릿의
tayo dun.
후반으로 만나보도록 하겠습니다.
Inamihan ko na kasing telepathy.
스테이지 1 승리로 마무리 짓게 됐는데요. 먼저 승리한 소감부터 들어보고 싶네요. Congratulations, Envy, for picking up that win. Stage 1 is over, but you guys are ending it on a good note. So, tell us about today's win.
I think this match showed our true potential as a team. I mean, the past few weeks we've had really low confidence. So this last match we made it like we know like there's
Kasi naman
more
kami!
stakes.
Hindi yung aareak! Sanggip, sal na to, boys, oh!
Our true potential. So yeah, it really means a lot to us.
사실 그동안 너무 자신감도 많이 떨어져 있었고 팀 분위기도 좋지 않아서 이번 경기에는 정말 잃을 게 없다는
Easy.
마인드를 가지고 임하자라고 얘기를 했고
Easy.
오늘 승리를 거둠으로써 정말 팀 시크릿의 포텐셜을 보여줄 수 있었기 때문에 앞으로가 더 기대된다.
easy.
말씀해주신 것처럼 이제
Huwag na nanalo Pinoy sa kayo sasaya eh. Pag talo, puro kayo down eh.
배웠고 어떤 것들을 느꼈는지
Easy,
들어보고
guys.
싶네요. It's gonna be a long season, don't worry. I mean, you guys will be coming back stronger in stage 2, but what were some takeaways or
Stage
some of the
2.
things that you guys were able to point out throughout your journey here in stage 1?
Definitely, I think we just needed a lot of confidence coming in for stage 2. So I think we can take away that we should play to win, not to lose.
You should sub,
For stage
Leo Miho. Di ba? Agree ba kayo dun?
얼마나 중요한지를 몸소 느낄 수 있었고 정말 경기를
diba?
할 때마다
Ano kung
지기
si
위해서
coach
경기를
na
하는 게
maglaro?
아니라 이기기 위한 경기 그리고 이기기 위한 게임을 해야겠다고
Ano kung si coach na maglaro?
좀 그게 가장 크게 배워가는 점이 아니었나 싶다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면 마지막으로 스테이지 2에도 열심히 응원해 주실 팬분들을 위해서 한마디 부탁해 보도록 하겠습니다. I mean, the fans will be here for stage 2 and so long, you know. So anything you want
Huwag
to
na
say?
Lods, baka matalo. Hindi ako
Thanks
coach
for
eh. Kaya
supporting
nga
us,
nanalo
guys,
eh.
Even though we didn't qualify for playoffs, I'm really happy you guys came to support us. Thank you all.
플레이오프에 진출하지는 못했지만 그래도 항상 응원해 주셔서 너무 감사하다고 얘기를 하면서 항상 열심히 하는 모습, 나아지는 모습 보여주겠다고 했습니다. 이렇게 해서 인비 선수 만나봤고요. 저희는 다음 주 플레이오프
인비 선수, Leo Miho 선수.
See you in stage 2.
See you on stage 2, guys. So, ayun. Congrats ulit on my team. Congrats. Team Secret. Sumakses din tayo. Maganda yung laban. Kahit umabot ng map 3. Sobrang nanggigil yung kuyukot ng lahat ni Waldorio, ni Jeremy, kay Inby, ni Idol Jesse ba, sa ni Toge. No? Congrats. Sorry sa RRQ. Okay lang yan. Bawi na lang din kayo. Mag-ready na tayo para sa stage 2, guys. So, abangan nyo yung mga susunod na laban ng Team Secret. Okay, abangan nyo lang, no? Make sure nakapalo kayo sa Team Secret page. Okay, don't forget that. So, thank you sa lahat ng sumali at matunghayan ng ating pag-success. Yun, ating panalo. Salamat. Kita-kits sa mga susunod na live natin. Salamat.